Hello, everybody. Oh, wrong scene. 1 second. Let me just switch over to that and turn off this and this and this and this and this. And there we go. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, I still have an NBC thing up. You didn't see that. Welcome in, everybody. It's your turn in the Torture Nexus for once. Look at you. Look at you. Welcome here. You're in the spot. You're in the place where no one wants to be, but everyone ends up for 15-minute spans of time. Welcome in, everybody. We're trying something very, very different tonight. So hope you guys are interested. We're gonna do some creative building. I don't exactly know what prompted me to do this, but we're just gonna do it anyways. I unfortunately don't have a chat integration thing for what do you call it, for the YouTube chat, because in the past when I've had stream chat open, it's on Twitch, and I didn't think about that until I already pressed the go live button. So we are kind of just chilling. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. Great to see everybody here in the chat. I see a whole lot of familiar I was gonna say familiar faces. I don't know what you guys look like. Whole lot of familiar names, I should say. I see Era, PS14 Trooper, Turtles Gamer, Logan, Nighthawk, Andro. Welcome into the stream, everybody. Great to have you here. We're trying something very, very, very different today. Benji's here. Hi. Hello, Benji. Wait, let me just... Uh-oh. If you try to join the server, unfortunately, I am on a single-player copy, so we can use Axiom features. So I respect the attempt, but my server that I record these on is not live right now. Gaming, perhaps? Maybe perhaps. Yeah, I was wondering if you were gonna be doing that, and I respect it. It would have been a great bit, but alas, we're single player today for Axiom. Anyways, let's see. We got quite a few gamers here in the chat tonight. Let's go. In just a couple minutes, I'll show off what we are going to be working on today. Essentials. No, I don't use Essentials. I actually have a dedicated server. Vival A. Yeah, so I actually have a dedicated piece of hardware that I use for my recordings, rather than having to pay server hosting place or having to bug people with essential installations. Subathon is still going. Wow, Benji, that's really, really cool, man. Congratulations on the Subathon still going. I hope you're, raking in the cash and having fun and whatnot. Sounds like a lot of fun. Hope you're having a good time. But, yeah, let's see. Just give it a little bit more. Sometimes the soundboard jump scares me. Yeah, well,
I feel so Sigma.
I'm gonna do global warming.
There you go. I know it's a little bit loud, but if it's really that loud, here, you know what? If I turn up my mic and everyone just turns down their sound on their phone or computer or anything deleted by stream elements. Uh-oh. Can we have a Skibbity Sigma? Who is... Hello? Can we have a Skibbity Sigma? Of course we can have a Skibbity Sigma.
I feel so
What's
Sigma.
poppin', my
I feel so Sigma. I feel so
What's
Sigma.
poppin', my
I
Skibbity
feel so
Sigmas?
Sigma.
Does that count, or do you want me to, like, physically say it? You let me know. We got those on lock. I'm more than happy to just say it, but, like, I got the soundboard to do it for me. Duvid is the cause of global warming?
I'm gonna do global warming.
Yeah, he is actually, believe it or not. Fun fact that not everybody might know. Yeah. All right, so that being said, let's get... I still have your voice as received. Ah, awesome. That's hilarious. Folks, let's get into it. This button is depressed. Interesting. That's weird. Oh, because I have block updates turned off. I was gonna say something's wrong with that button. There we go. All right, folks, we have another reference image behind us today. This is not going to be like last time where I give a reference image to a bunch of people. I'm assuming everybody here has seen the 10 builders versus... Oh boy. 10 builders versus Axiom video. where I had a reference image. By the way, before we keep going, credit right here, JC Barquette, DeviantArt artist, created this awesome render of a like sort of gothic medieval tower on like this cliffside right here. Not seen it, did live it. Yeah, that's true. You did, in fact. It was a lived experience for you. So let me lay it out to you guys what exactly we're doing here. We've got a big tower here, but I'm changing up the formula once again for this. I would say next 10 builders video. It's funny. This is not for the next 10 builders video. This is for the next 10 builders video. So when I say behind the scenes, I really mean it. Because basically, the next 10 builders video, which will be the next video out on my channel. By the way, you guys get a whole lot of sneak peeks here. Look at that. You guys tuning into the stream. You guys get all the behind the scenes information. The next 10 builders video has to do with custom trees. And that has actually already like 95% finished recording. I have been working very hard on that. And that's going to be going out not tomorrow, Saturday, but next Saturday, which I believe is May 17th. Is the next 10 builders video. Then the video after that, or rather the 10 builders video after that, is going to be this one that we're working on today. So I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. I'm happy I am not in that yet. that one's already done. And yeah, that one's all good. But yeah, Benji, I'm sure you'll find yourself back here eventually. We'll see. You're from Brazil. Awesome. That's great. I bet a lot of people are from Brazil. You don't need to say that twice though. Cool channel subbing right now. Thank you very much, Lando King. Appreciate it. There is Discord, by the way, if you guys are interested in joining the Discord. Appreciate it. But yeah, so this is going to be 2 10 builders videos afterwards. And what's going to be going on here is, I'm not sure how many of you have seen the Steampunk Factory 10 builders video, but the idea there was that rather than have the builders come on one at a time or all at once, like in the last one, we had 2 teams of 5. It was 1 builder and 1 coder. And the idea was that they were going to construct a steampunk factory. And not only were they going to build it, you know, with the in-game blocks, like make the build, they were also going to use redstone and commands to give it a lot of like motion, animation, and life and stuff. Do I watch any animes? No, not really. So yeah, that was how the Steampunk Factory build went. It was awesome. We had 5 builder/coder teams. It was, whoa, look at that. The Discord, the stream element said something. Is it gonna like do that now? Wow, look, Stream Elements is working now. That's crazy. You could do !Discord and you get a link to my Discord. Woo! Amazing. That took me surprisingly a lot of effort to set up, and I feel really stupid, but I will judge your gothic builds. Well, here's the thing. This is going to be another sort of teams sort of deal, right? We're not doing another steampunk build because we already did one. I was tempted to do like a steampunk airship. That would have been cool. This time around, we're doing like a fantasy sort of wizardy tower, but you know, you can still add a lot of motion and animation to your builds. Also, to the person from Brazil who is repeating themselves in the chat over and over again, stop repeating yourself. If you keep doing that, I'm going to time you out. Build us a dirt hut. It's tempting. It's tempting. You know, the thing is, we're not really going to be building as much as we're going to be planning right now. What I want to do is I want to split this build up into 3 parts. So there's going to be 3 teams of 3. And rather than have a completely empty slate to work with, like with the previous 10 builders videos, you know, I started with nothing. I just started with like a grassy plain. We're going to have essentially 3 different colors of wool constructing a wireframe for this build. Each team's going to build a different section. That way they're not like overlapping on each other's work. Yeah, 3 times 3 is 9, but then you add in me who built the wireframe. And and then it comes out to 10. It's close enough. I know. It's a little different. I'm actually getting involved this time around. I know, crazy. But yeah, so that's what's going on. Anyways, it's been a lot of chatting and not very much building. So let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to be wireframing. We might actually do the landscape, but we're going to be wireframing a like cool fantasy medieval wizard tower, you know, lots of potential for animation. I'm talking like moving portcullis, waving flags, like cool magical energies, and 9 players and 1 gorilla. Exactly. How did I grow on YouTube? I started posting videos and didn't stop. Quick advice for growing on YouTube: post a lot. Well, don't post a lot. Post regularly. Try and make each video better or different than the last, and continuously improve what you do. No one's going to be good right off the bat, but if you keep doing it for years and years and years, and you keep trying to improve every single time, you will hopefully become good. I am still working on that myself. I've got a long way to go. All right, so I'm not a gorilla. Yeah. Well, I could probably still. I mean, 9 builders versus 1 penguin would kind of go crazy, but like I think I would win. So yeah, we're gonna be wireframing this in. But first things first, I want to work on this landscape right here. Yeah, Benji's got it right there. Post, have fun, improve, learn, experiment, grow. Exactly. Try new things, learn new technologies, as long as you're enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, if you're only doing it for the clicks and the views and the fame, go do something else. All right, you did not heed my advice about not repeating yourself, so we are going to put you in timeout for 10 minutes. There we go. All right. Please stop for... Oh, that was my own message. And for the brain rot, there's always brain rot. Let's be honest. There is always brain rot.
I feel so Sigma.
What the Sigma?
There you go. I mashed my stream deck for you. You're welcome. All right. So landscaping. I want to have some sort of like... Let's go into Axiom here. All right. So... The actual, I'm in it for the moolah, baby. All right, well, Milkman, I'll see you in your next 100 days video. How about that? Let's start with a little bit of landscaping here. I want to make some sort of cool, yeah, I don't know what exactly you would call this, but that, you know, this cliffside, it kind of like moves up into like a point here, and that's what the actual build is sitting on. Now, of course, we're going to be doing that at a bit of a smaller scale, but I still think if we kind of go into the rock tool here, and wow, it's been a minute since I've used Axiom. The rock tool is just for kind of general painting, but if we like were to maybe make a general shape like this, right? And then the idea is that it slopes up. I hope you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. We're going to need some large rocks. The way I like to work with the rock tools, I like to start with some really big old rocks. I like to start with some really, really big boys, and just kind of slowly bring it down from there. You know, we get some different sizes going on here. Pivoting over to Reddit text-to-speech Minecraft parkour footage. Amazing. You know what, Milkman? You are now a moderator on this channel. Congratulations. That's awesome, Milkman. I'm happy for you? Question mark? Maybe. Enjoy your more billions of dollars, I guess. Creativity is my passion. Okay, Redditor. So yeah, no, of course, this landscape is going to be really rough for a while. Hello, Yusuf Prime. Welcome into the stream. Good to have you here. I love you. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, so basically, this is going to be kind of flattened out. I think we kind of have to smooth this a little bit. Now, of course, you gotta understand, I'm no expert with Axiom. There's another guy. There's another guy who's kind of a lot better with Axiom than me. So I'm gonna say that most likely you're not gonna see some incredible Axioming tonight, but I will give it my best shot and see what I can do for you guys. Hey, love your videos. Thank you very much, DeBuilder. Appreciate it. Welcome into the stream. We are doing some sneak peek building for the next 10 builders video right now. If you are curious about what exactly we're doing, I'm just going to real quick put in a little thing here. Rather than monthly build challenge title, we're going to... Oh, that's right in the middle there. Ooh, we got to move that. Ooh, I got to do some quick OBS shenanigans. 10 builders versus Axiom. Oh, yikes, spoilers. What do you mean there's no spoilers? There's no spoilers here. 10 builders versus Minecraft. Sneak Peak. Ooh. We throw that in there. We make that maybe a little bit larger. I know you guys can see me moving that around in OBS. That's just going to go there. Does it look great? No, but it gets the job done. Yeah, listen, I'm glad you guys liked the 10 Builders versus Axiom video. That was a lot of fun to make and to edit. And of course, shout out to everyone else that was involved, obviously. Like, I know Benji was there as well as a whole bunch of other people. This shape kind of sucks, so we're gonna take things in a different direction. We're gonna make this rock tool. Where are you? I want to have this curve a little bit. Right, what if instead we get rid of this kind of midsection? Oh, look at that, a hole into the void. Reminds me of Skyblock Kingdoms. Can't wait for season 2 in 2027. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but that's it's a joke, but the joke is that SBK season 2 is getting delayed by 2 years. So yeah, thankfully that is not happening. But it's a bit, folks, it's a bit. What if we bring this around? What if we have like a cool... Oh, it's still kind of so large. We have lake holes. Interesting. What if we kind of whoop? And then maybe we make this a little bit lower. Love seeing Avid in the 10 Builders versus Axiom video. Yeah, he's very good with his command blocks. He, you know, he's been doing that for a long time. That's his roots. That's what he's good at. Yeah, it was great to have him on. I really didn't expect that people would really put their command blocking knowledge to good use there. We had Avi, we also had Quentin, aka Locker, another friend of mine. Both of them, they were really substantial in that video. I really didn't expect that the command blocks would play such a large role as they did, but they definitely did. So the idea is we're looking at it from like this perspective, right? We have this kind of elevated top section here, right? If we go ahead and maybe flatten this is already quite large, so I don't think we necessarily need to make this too much larger. But if we have a like a flat plateau up here, that's very flat now, but you know, it's a very rough shape. Axiom vid was great, good way to showcase the creative power of builders. Absolutely, they did a really good job. Is Axiom a complicated mod? Yes and no. If you've used any sort of 3D modeling software before, or World Edit, I think you'll find it pretty easy to pick up, but it is not for the faint of heart. I will not call it easy. It is quite confusing at times. So we're gonna throw in a few more rocks here. I think we've kind of got, right, we've got this, I think we're gonna use the path tool. I think we can kind of lay out the path in which this is going to form. If I just keep it in the wireframe for now. Right, if we have a curve like this, you know what? We're gonna take your lake idea, whoever was saying that, we're gonna put a lake in the middle here. I think that's nice. I think that'll be really nice. So we have that there. We oh, you know what? We forgot to, let's make that red wool. Right, we've got our path. Let's make that one. Bink, bonk. The path is gonna go up this way. Creative powder. Yeah, it's like protein powder, exactly. So that's going to be our path. It's going to come up in that direction. Yeah, well, hey, the thing is, if you want to get good at Axiom, a certain somebody I know has created a 2-hour Axiom tutorial. In case you aren't tired of me talking about it from the 10 Builders versus Axiom video. My boy Ash's Den, Ash298, whatever he goes by, he has published a 2-hour Axiom guide, which has been super handy, not only for me, but for a lot of other people for learning the mod. So I'm scared of that video. You gotta just do it. It's the best Axiom video out there. I know it's a lot. Take it one step at a time. Learning things is scary, but you got to do what you got to do, right? So we're going to have this lake in the middle here. What kind of build am I doing? I'm doing like a medieval fantasy wizard tower. It's not going to be a complete build. We're really just in the planning stages, but I need to clean up a lot of this actually now that I look at it. This is a bit messy. Okay, you don't need any of this crap here. I think if we just kind of melt all this away, we got a big old void hole here now. It's designed in a way that makes your skills transferable. I see. That's very interesting. I am going off of a reference image. It's an image I found on Google Images, but was originally from DeviantArt. The credit to the original artist is right there for anybody who is curious. And yeah, I'll put it in the video description once we are done with our stream. And yeah, that's there for whoever is curious. I just found something cool I liked off of Google. There's really nothing fancy, to be honest with you. But yeah, let's get a few rocks in here. I'm curious, how noisy are these rocks? Noise radius. Let's bring the noise radius up. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Okay. Random build theme to use for a project. Space penguins. Have fun. We're just going to cover over all that like that never happened. Just sweep it all under the rug. There we go. Problem solved. 10 builders versus giant tower. I'm mainly just terraforming for right now. We'll see if we get to the tower itself tonight. Not sure how much we're going to be able to get done. But I just want to put down some rocks of various sizes. What is that? H? H is the rock tool. There we go. I want to put down some... You know what? Actually, let's make these cylindrical. When I'm terraforming, I love to work with cylinders. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm a big cylinder guy when it comes to terraforming. We're going to go back to stone. I really like the idea of... Ooh, these are a little too noisy now. We're actually going to use straight up shapes. I like to start... When I'm terraforming, I really go all in on these cylinders. I wonder if I can do no noisiness. Still kind of cylindrical. Let's do the shape tool. Bada bing. Okay, there we go. Bring that up, bring that down. Space penguins. It's a good time. Rather than have these kind of weird shaped blobs, I personally really like to put down a really basic shape of just rock tool, whatever nonsense, and then kind of go over it with cylinders. This is my technique. It's certainly not an original technique, but it's my cylinder maxing technique that I've been using for a lot of terraforming. I did some similar terraforming on Avid Adventures. If you guys watched my Avid Adventures terraforming video, that was a lot of fun. Very big building project. It was kind of the last time I did some serious building. I took an entire biome of Avid's adventure map. In case you don't know who Avid is, he is a good friend of mine who's been in some of the 10 Builders videos, also on Skyblock Kingdoms with me. And he's got his adventure map that he was working on for a really long time. Currently, I think development is on pause, but he's got other stuff going on, so it's all understandable. But yeah, I did some work for his adventure map. He's a cool guy. He's a good friend. Of course, you know, I was happy to help out. And yeah, it's so doesn't love space penguins. Well, you know what? The penguins are doing their best. I think they are they're surviving over there. We're gonna have... I really like the way these cylinders look. I know it's not particularly organic terrain, but I think when you combine the cylinders with this kind of base blob shape, it creates some really cool looking stuff. And that's just me. Some of you guys might look at this and be like, wow, this is really bad. I could do better if I was blindfolded and sleeping and also upside down. And to that, I would say, good for you. Start your own YouTube channel then. But this is how I like to do it. And we're going to have this little kind of curvy bit on the left side. I kind of want to have these two mirrored, like it's almost like two branches of a tree, one going that way, one going that way. And you can even rotate the cylinders a bit if you want to. That's getting a little risky there, but we can always do that if we want to. That way we're kind of framing not only the tower, which is going to be right here, but we're also framing the lake, because there's going to be this kind of path cutting through the middle here. Actually, if I take away a little bit of that... Ooh, that's really ugly looking. What if I smooth that? I think that's a little better. It's a cool way to do it. Thanks, I appreciate it. It's something I'm just kind of goofing around with, you know? It's not like a tried and true technique that I've mastered over hours of study or anything, but... 7 quick tips videos have inspired you. That's really nice. Unfortunately, I don't plan on making those anymore. I know that's a bit of a letdown considering you were just saying how much they've inspired you, but like they were cool, don't get me wrong, but I'm very much moving away from purely educational content. It's not really my thing. I am not really interested in having a primarily like tutorials based channel, and not that those 7 quick tips videos are necessarily tutorials, but they were getting kind of close to that and I think they're way more entertaining than your average tutorial, but I wasn't looking to just purely being an educational channel. I want some personality. You know, it's really hard to inject personality into purely educational videos, so that's kind of why I stopped. Also, I got bored of the format, but that's another topic entirely. So yeah, if we smooth this, get this kind of educational to brain rot, exactly. Choice of career, it's the pipeline. What can I say? I used to be so normal in my videos. Not that I recommend you go back and watch my older videos, because they're a little bit bad, but they were certainly a lot more normal and a lot more educational. So, that being said, I do like the way this is coming together. We've got, I mean, oh my god, I just like the cylinders. What can I say? I really, really like the cylinders and the way they look. And we can go over this with some brushes afterwards. I've been meaning to get my hands on one of those Axiom noise brushes that like auto does terrain for you. We're just going to do it manually because I'm stupid and a caveman. But yeah, it's fine. Can have this here. And then I'm thinking like the cylinders, they kind of travel around here too. Competition in my Discord. Do I do any videos on that? Yeah, I stream from the monthly build challenge once a month. Actually, does that work? No, that doesn't work. Okay. Well, I thought I had a command set up for the monthly build challenge information, but I guess I don't. It'd be like that, I suppose. But yeah, anybody is allowed to join, and yes, if you win a monthly build challenge, you have the option, you don't have to, but you have the option of your video being featured in one of my main channel YouTube videos. Every now and again I do a video in what I call the Minecraft building tips I've learned from you, which is essentially me showing off some really, really cool videos from my community as well as the monthly build challenge winners, and just being like, yo, these builders are really awesome. You should check out the Discord to like learn more about the community. And also, here's what I learned. Or rather, here's something that you can learn. Because of course, I'm just looking at these builds for a few minutes. I'm not necessarily learning something right on the fly, but like, here's something that you can learn from these builds. So, a piece of useful information. Let people use Axiom. Don't need to. You're more than welcome to. Axiom is always going to be allowed unless otherwise stated. I think if you have questions on the monthly build challenge, frankly, you should just join the Discord, because there is an MBC info channel where you can find all sorts of info about this sort of thing. Join a server. No server required. People submit single player world downloads. Your content felt closer to the viewers. Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, I mean, if there's anything specific you feel like that I'm not really capturing in my current videos, I would love to hear about that, because of course I always want to be able to connect to the viewers however I can. But personally, I feel like my more modern stuff is a lot more in touch with the community. I didn't really have a community back then. So I feel like my modern stuff is doing a better job at that, but of course I'm open to hearing otherwise. Yeah, so check out the Discord. At the builder, there's definitely been a lot of interest in the monthly build challenge lately, so you won't be the only person submitting, not by a long shot. I don't like how that looks there. There we go. So you can see we've got this kind of mesh of cylinders now, and we're gonna have one more there, maybe a little bit larger. Too large. People need lore, they yearn for it. Oh, well, lore is coming. Skyblock Kingdoms Season 2, when that comes out in 2027. Yeah, there's going to be some lore, all right. Checking Discord, don't mind me. Both kinds of content. Yeah, just looked at the gallery. Yeah, no, these people are in fact crazy. Yeah, there are some incredibly talented people. Not saying you shouldn't enter, because Everybody gets their build viewed on the live stream, regardless of if they win or not. So it's all in good fun. It's a very low stakes building challenge, to be completely honest with you. Like a lot of maybe more serious build challenges might have like a cash prize or something more serious along those lines. But I'm not into that. I'm just here to have fun, you know? I am literally just here to have fun. I'm literally just here to have a good time. Even if it's a dirt hut. I mean, you can submit a dirt hut, and we might not look at it for more than 30 seconds if we doesn't fit with the theme and we feel like there's no point to it, but I'm not going to stop you from submitting it. Yeah, exactly. One time someone submitted nothing but a void world. You can send images in Build Showcase. Can't guarantee I'll look at them right away. I have a lot of Discord channels to look at, but I will hopefully see them at some point. Alright, we're going to do a little bit more cylindering on the outside here. Yeah, we've got a channel for almost everything build related. If you want to go ahead and check the Discord, there's definitely a lot of channels for Build Showcase, Build Advice, and obviously monthly build challenge related things. So I think you'll find what you need there. But anyways, back to the actual build at hand. Cylinders. Blue Space Alien, hey, welcome into the stream. We are doing some creative building right now. I'm kind of patching up all these weird, ugly back sections here. So that's what I'm working on right now. First peek of some contestants. Well, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, obviously some people are really good. That's just kind of inevitable. It's going to happen. And I wish there was a way to, like, not have people be discouraged from entering. Because I get it. Like, yeah, you see someone that's that crazy and it's like, why do I even try? The point isn't to win. It's challenge. It's not a contest. I'm not pitting people. I mean, I'm pitting people against each other for the sake of the judging, but it's like the point is to learn from each other and grow as a builder. So, you know, if the only goal was to have the fame and the glory and have your build in my video, maybe you shouldn't have been entering to begin with, to be honest. If the only goal is that and not to learn or gain some sort of artistic value from your creations and the creations of other people, that's probably not the build challenge for you. Exactly, just like I said with video advice at the beginning of the stream. The goal is to make your most recent build better or different than the last. Enter it without Discord? No, unfortunately. The builder, that question is answered by reading in my Discord. I will not answer that right now. Like I said before, almost all questions on the monthly build challenge can be answered in the NBC info channel. Yeah. Nothing against you personally, I'm just trying to save my breath. I gotta do a lot of talking for these streams, and I'm not exactly a veteran streamer, so, you know, talking for a million years is a little difficult on the penguin vocal cords, what can I say? Alright, we got cylinders. That's cool. This area, still a little scuffed. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Appreciate the questions. I'm gonna try and push this back just a tiny bit here, because... We got another void hole. That's what happens when I'm like 3 blocks above the void. I'm not a yapper. It depends on the day, to be honest with you. Streaming is a little difficult. What can I say? Not that I don't enjoy it, but it's no secret that I don't exactly stream often. Because making YouTube videos is my thing. Streaming is just kind of a fun little thing on the side if I feel like it, you know? If I need a distraction or I'm just feeling especially chatty. How do you do that penguin avatar? That's a program called VedoTube, VeaDotube. You can find that online. I've set it up with the PNG, or a couple PNGs of my penguin mask. So, yeah, it's cool. Okay, a few more cylinders, then we move on to some different stuff. The front of the build's looking cool. I could do a little bit of smoothing on this, but I'd rather probably get the rest of this looking all right first. So what I like is that, you know, it's cylinders, and that's cool, but it's not just cylinders. There's these little bits of blobby stuff poking out of the sides, and that really, I think that's really important. That right there. you have these little bits of smoothing. And we're going to do even more smoothing when we finish with our cylinder maxing here. But yeah, I think it's very important. It makes it less geometric. It makes it less like a you know, completely rigid geometric build. It is still rigid and geometric, but not quite to the same extent, you know? I mean, I'm just like super rough laying in some cylinders right now. This could all change. I'm just really just kind of speed building right now, just for the sake of getting some stuff done, you know. Thankfully, the cylinders, I mean, they do take a little bit of thought, but it comes pretty naturally to me. I don't need to like spend hours agonizing over where every single cylinder goes, thankfully. Ravines or cliffs? To be honest, not really. I'm not very good at making cliffs. I'm going to try my best here. I do like a good overhang. Maybe we'll be able to do something like that here. But general advice for all builds, really. Keep trying. Look up reference images, get inspired, follow the advice, and the, you know, follow in the footsteps of people that have already built these things. Learn from others. Floral is last month. This month's theme is maritime. And yes, it has to follow the theme in some variety. You can submit whatever you want. Like, yeah, you could submit, I don't know, like a Taco Bell for maritime. But if it doesn't fit the theme, we're not really going to look at it. So, yeah, I would recommend sticking with the theme. Now, of course, don't let that stop you from building for fun. But, yeah, this current theme is maritime. And you can find that in MBC info, like I said before. Couple more cylinders, maybe one more right here. That a little bit smaller. I like that spot right there. There we go. Okay, one more here. About a Walmart in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Yep, you know what? I'd have to give that some serious thought, wouldn't I? Okay, so we've got ourselves a neat sort of landscape template here. It's obviously very much work in progress, but I think it's a good time to do a little bit of the texture work, right? So this red wool is obviously going to become a path. It's going to become like grassy on top, stony on the sides. So we can do maybe a little bit of smoothing around these sections. I do want to make sure that the terrain itself looks okay. Fractal Walmart in outer space. Heck yeah, man. That would win every monthly build challenge. Not actually, but like, you know. I respect it. So we're just going to ignore this backside. I've clearly not put cylinders here. But we're not going to worry about it. Yeah, I hope you do well with the maritime theme too. This one's very open-ended. You know, maritime could mean so many things. The previous winner for the monthly build challenge for Floral, one of the winners submitted a statue, but it was floral. It was a floral statue. Very open-ended stuff. All right. So let's get into the noise painter, which is we're going to use a mixture of grass and, where'd I go? Moss, I think. Mostly grass, mostly moss with maybe a little bit of, what else can we do? I want something that's like a paler. You know what? Let's get into a little bit of block palette stuff here, right? We're not so much going with this exact color scheme. I'm certainly not replicating this level of detail in the tower over there. That's quite a lot. I'm also, like I said, just making a wireframe. This grass here is very yellow. You know, that's cool. Ooh, we're glitching out here. This grass is very yellow. I'm looking for something that's more like a paler green. So if we green, let's see, green concrete powder, moss, and grass. what I want to get is I want to get a grass color, because we're currently in the plains biome. I want to get a grass color that's a little bit yellower. So if we go ahead and biome painter, something like Badlands, right, is going to be too brown. You don't want that. Hey, Christy, welcome in. We are streaming, as you can see. Something like Bamboo Jungle is, of course, now too green. Plains is pretty close, but I want it to be ever so slightly yellower. Cherry Grove is pretty good, I will say. It's bright. Now, the moss is becoming a little too dark, but if we go with Cherry Grove... Oh, man, that is a really nice green, though, you know? Moss is now a bit too dark, like I said, but could we theoretically use, like, I don't know, lime terracotta? Is that gonna... That could potentially work, right? Right? That could potentially work. I'm thinking that instead of moss. Maybe we retire the moss. It's green concrete powder, lime terracotta, and grass. But of course, we need to make this entire area a cherry grove first. Right, so that would be all cherry grove. Let me just go ahead and whoop. Axiom Biome Painter is crazy. Get that all in like that. God, I love Axiom. The biome brush is awesome. It's so cool. This thing is freaking sweet, man. It's such a neat tool. What can I say? I mean, Axiom itself is just super awesome. A lot of people in the comments on my last video, the Axiom one, were like, "This isn't a video. This is an advertisement for Axiom," and I'm just like, yeah, man, have you seen this? Like, have you seen what we're working with here? Of course it's a mod for Axiom. Or of course it's an ad for Axiom. Like, this stuff is insane. This mod is ridiculous. I think people forget just how much of a game changer this freaking thing is. Of course I'm going to shill for it. It's awesome. It's changed the way I build. It's changed the way everybody builds. All right, so anyways, rants aside, we've got our... grass, which I think we can keep. Slash fill on top. Honestly, it's the goat. Yeah, can't argue with that. So we've got our green, and then I think we're gonna, you know, this is a very light yellowish green, as opposed to, like, you know, green concrete, which is more bluish, more dark. And I think with that we want some lighter gray. So what if we have andesite? Maybe mixture, andesite, stone, and then we do, like... Ooh, would gravel be too pink? Gravel is kind of pink. Oh, gray concrete powder, light gray wool, maybe. You know, these are getting into the warmer territory, these two. Terrain brush tool. Yeah, you know what? Actually, now that you mention it, where is that? I forget where that is. Gradient painter, noise painter. There is some sort of terrain tool. I know what you're talking about. I don't think I've really used it either, to be honest. Or maybe it's not here. Clay. Clay is very blue, but let's see. I think it's going to be... I think it's a little too blue, unfortunately. Good shout. Good shout. I think it's just a bit too blue. I'm wondering... These colors are for the highlights, and these colors are for more shadow. Right? So we also need to then establish a light source. So what if we real quick actually flip on the shaders? We don't use shaders and Axiom together, unfortunately, because if I try and move something, like let's say I try and move this, you just, yeah, it just like glitches out, unfortunately. All right, see ya, Pikmin. Have a good night, and hope you enjoy the rest, enjoy your sleep and everything. You know what? This text is really ugly, and I don't know what to do about it. I think we're just gonna not have it. Yeah, coming up with color palettes is difficult. But let's say, you know, our sun is up there. I would love for our sun to not be on this axis. I would love for it to be on this axis. What if we do time set 2000? I want the sun to be over there. Right? We've established a point for our light source to be shining down, and that is going to then affect how we shade. Right? So we have over here, gonna turn off the shaders. If the light is coming from that direction, going down. Actually, I'm gonna just real quick make a big... object to show you. If we take piece of red wool, Axiom gives you color palettes. That's true. Let's take a look at that in a sec. But if we go ahead and make a big old line. See you, Lando King. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to move this up there. Boop, boop. That is going to be roughly the direction of our light going in from that angle. Let's try out these Axiom color palettes. How about that? Where is it? You told me to use it. You got to tell me where it is now. Yo, love the 10 builders versus Axiom video. Thank you. Appreciate it. Aha, color picker, gradient helper. So yeah, I mean, if we wanted to go from light to dark, what's it going to tell us? Okay. Polished andesite. Left click. Oh, look at that. It gives you so many options. Whoa, that's really cool. That is really, really cool. We are going to stick with this, though, I believe. It wants polished andesite. Interesting. Dead coral. This is very interesting. Yeah. I gotta try using this some more for sure. I mean, we already do kind of have our pair. We have our lights and we have our darks. I do need to flip these, of course. Right? Maybe we can separate that by a block. And then you know what? How does clay look? Speaking of clay, as like an extreme highlight. Dead coral would be nice. Yeah, let's also throw in a piece of dead coral, see where this lands. Dead coral is so much pinker though. Like, it's very pink. I think it could go well with gravel as a darker gravel, but we're not really using the pinks. I think that the pinks are a little bit too not what I want. Can't you just rotate the build? Yeah. It don't matter that much because, like, the light is not actually shining anyways. I see what you mean, though. I see what you mean. Yeah, I'm lazy. It's okay. I appreciate it, though. It's a good thought. Now, of course, this is then going to go with, like, grass, you know, short grass. Can go on these things. We can use azalea leaves because they're the very similar kind of vibrant green. It's even a little darker than the cherry grove. Dead coral. Yeah, I mean, listen, when you're working with pinker hues, light, right? Let's take out some pink blocks. White terracotta, not grass, gravel, right? All these blocks have the warmer hues to them. Obviously, something like jungle wood, super warm. We're going with something a little bit colder here. Hey, look at that, a Discord reminder. Whoa, crazy. It's like I have a Discord server you can join or something. Wow, look at that. But yeah, I think these are all a little too pink, unfortunately. We'll leave them there just in case anyone else asks, but I think that's it's a little too pink. Yeah, let's get some of the green painted on here. I guess first things first would be to get rid of some of this. What if we, where is it? Bulldozer. Turn off infinite, and if we just kind of burr some of this down. Get rid of some of that. I just don't want this weird white concrete just kind of bulging out from the side. Especially since the way we've made this terrain with our cylinders means that things are very vertical. You know, there aren't really like gentle slopes like this a lot of the time. So we can get rid of some of this too. Could it be that you have big stream delay? I don't know what my stream delay is. I'm sure there's some. I don't remember what I set it to. So it's at least 1 second and probably less than 60. Very helpful, I know. Yeah, I just don't really want these like weird thingies here. You know, we don't need this here. Get rid of some of that. Get rid of this side. And yeah, let's start noise painting. We had grass, moss, so we're doing, where is it? Green concrete powder, and we're doing grass, and we're doing lime terracotta. I can, in fact, see the future. Thank you for reminding them. We're going to tool mask in, let's see, block equals stone. Tool masks are very, very handy. This way, we're only painting stone. Would you look at that? And, hello? Where is it? I forget how this works. Block equals stone. Oop, there we go. Why is it not working? Hello? Okay, there we go. Block equals stone. Yeah, tool masks are really cool. It's block equals stone, and we're also going to be doing angle. Yeah, we're going to do angle equals, let's see. Is it angle equals 0? Nope, that's the opposite way. We want angle equals 90. So yeah, look at this. Now it's only going to paint blocks that are like totally flat. And that's what we want for the grass. Basic coding knowledge. Yeah, fair enough. I'm a little bit biased because I do have a bit of a coding background, but this is... oh, I forgot to start my flashback. Whoops. Oopsies. Yeah, it can be a little complicated. I could see it. How long does one video take normally? Well, what kind of video are you talking about? Depends on the video. All right, so if we noise paint some of this in, you can see, right, like all of this, it's really, really nice looking. I'm going to turn the scale down a little bit, set the radius up, and we can just kind of, as a very rough first pass, paint in all of this terrain. Or I say terrain, we've already painted in terrain shape. I mean, terrain texture. A wild penguin is eating rock. It's crunchy and delicious. What can I say? Yeah, tool masks are super, super handy like that. What can I say? Though I will say, why is this, there we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think range is equals 20 is what we want here. So yeah, this is all kind of being painted in very, very easily. I mean, this would take you so much more time doing this by hand, you know? What if we also do... Maybe set that to 30. I want to see if we can get some of this in. Yeah, that's doing a little bit more here for us. Just an average video. You're not answering my question. A Skyblock Kingdoms video, 10 Builders video, UHC Generations video, one-off building video. I'm going to drag an ore into here. Block equals white concrete. And now we can see this come together. 10 builders videos. If I really lock in, I can get one out every 2 weeks. That will probably burn me out eventually. Fun fact for you guys, actually. Actually, no, I'm not going to say the fun fact. Get baited. No, I was going to tell you something about the 10 builders videos, about the upcoming video. A little bit of a spoiler. But I'm going to save that for after the video goes live. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the Discord in the future. Because I'm going to wait until that video goes live, and I'm going to see if anybody picks up on it. We'll get there. But yes, I want to say about 2 weeks between the cutting, the recording, 2.5 weeks maybe. Cutting, recording, editing, or sorry, yeah, cutting is part of the editing. Sorry, scheduling, recording, editing. That's what I meant to say. that all takes a while. Takes quite a long time. That's if I got nothing else going on, no other projects, you know, not traveling, not doing other random life stuff in the process. So, could easily take more than that. First video you saw from me, yeah, no, those videos are doing super well. They're really growing my channel. I would imagine we'll get to a point where a lot of people have found me through the 10 Builders videos, and of course there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't really want to become the guy that only does the 10 Builders videos, you know? It's awesome that I've created a new theme that has really stuck with my channel. It's almost a new format in a way. I'm curious if it really gets big. Maybe people will start copying it. Who knows? 100 builders versus job application. Oh my god, job app is going to have to win, I think. Job app is going to have to win there. Job apps are brutal. What can I say? You couldn't even have 100 gorillas versus a job application. I think the job application still wins. 100 gorillas with Axiom and nuclear bombs, and I think the job app still wins. 100 more billion skibbity toilet nuke gorillas with W-Riz versus one job application, and I think the 100 skibbity toilet nuclear bomb gorillas with W-Riz still do not make it out on top. What can I say? So anyways, we've terrained in this stuff pretty well. It's looking okay. I do like how the texture is so like fuzzy. I think that's really cool. We'll save the path for later. I want to do a little bit more work on if we do 45 now. I wonder, can we get all the blocks here? Interesting. Maybe we can get some blocks around the edge. I'm going to do one more pass at 45 and just see how that looks. No. 45 is pushing it. 40. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's a nice format. I really do think it's a very cool format. Okay, maybe that's not working as well as I thought. What am I building right now? I am building a scene that's going to be used in an upcoming 10 Builders video. Not the next one. The next 10 Builders video is already finished recording, and that'll be out next Saturday, May 17th. This is for the 10 Builders video after that, which I hope to start recording on soon. We're just going to go manually fill all this in with some grass. Just as a test, I'm going to try throwing in some of this stuff manually and just see how it turns out. Battle arena in a video game. Yeah, I could see that. I could totally see that. This is going to be an interesting challenge because we do need to convert from this grassy dirt sort of look down into the stone, right? Replace tool. Yeah, that's true. I should do that, shouldn't I? Thanks for the heads up. Right, and then we're going to get this terrain in. But I just want to see how this looks. It doesn't really look great right now, but I'm working on it. Doing these streams is also a great opportunity for me to like learn Axiom a little bit better. As much as I love Axiom, I really only know the basics. So this is a great opportunity to become more technically proficient in Minecraft's most powerful building mod. But yeah, I'm really glad you guys like the 10 Builders format. I think it's got some serious potential there, and I'm excited to see where it goes in the future. I'm wondering, do we even need the dirt? Do we just go directly? You know what? I think the dirt's actually a mistake here. I think we just go directly from the grass to the stone, and we just try and use these blocks on the outside. Like we can do little bits like that coming down. Right? I feel like maybe we just don't even have the dirt in the first place. Maybe that's for the best. I don't know. We're experimenting, chat. We're experimenting. That's the important part, right? We're learning. Like I said, I don't build very much nowadays, and I'm really hoping to like get myself to build more, because the last thing I want to be is a washed-up builder. Nobody wants to be a washed-up builder, and especially if I can learn a bit more Axiom in the process. I think that would be very handy for me. Now, remember, our light is coming from this side, so I think it would be better if... Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. I really like that. I think it would be better if the greens on this side are more vibrant, more yellowish, like the grass, like this lime... What is it? Lime terracotta. And then we could even bring out a little bit of moss for the opposite side where things are a little bit darker, right? Over on this side, if we have some moss coming down, right? We're going to do a little bit of kind of subtle shading here. The moss on this side signifies the fact that there's less light hitting the area. This area is a little bit more in shadow. How do we think about that? How do we think about that? That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I will say I did want to do a little bit of smoothing maybe. Let me just see. Or yeah. What I want to try and do is just do a little bit of smoothing on these walls. Or not walls, but these very cylindrical sections. I'm wondering if I just do a little bit of manual... can the melt tool help me out here? Let's see. We're going to take off this angle. How do we get rid of this? There we go. Yeah, this is what I want. This is what I want. I want to have this be really weak, really small, but I want to just take off some of the hard edges from these cylinders. Because some of these cylinders, especially the ones that are going to be near the water, have edges that are just a little too straight edge, a little too jagged. Mr. Max Monday's video. Nope, I have not seen that. What was it like? What was involved there? If you feel like it's a really important resource, I can give it a watch. The melt tool can be really, really strong. So I feel like we have to be very careful here. But if we just kind of shave off these edges, and then of course do a bit of a smoothing pass afterwards, I think it'll be kind of cool. What can I say? I think we're getting some good stuff here. The grass blocks look different. Yeah, that's because we are in a cherry grove biome. That is very intentional. They are brighter. Yeah, that's completely intentional. That is to get that sort of lighter green. I've been wanting in my mind's eye. I've been wanting a light green. Ooh, we don't want moss. I've been wanting a light green. So that's why we're doing that. A light, very, kind of vibrant green. I think it looks good. Now, some of these edges are still a little rough, so we're going in for a manual pass here. As we learned in the 10 Builders video, folks, as much as Axiom is wonderful, can't do everything. Sometimes you just have to go in with the manual pass and polish up your build that way. Yeah, I love the Biome Painter tool. It's really, really handy for... getting the exact right grass color you want, I think it's really, really neat. So far, I think most of these... Ooh, that's weird. Most of these are okay. There we go. I like that. We're kind of just getting rid of the rough edges here, Random stuff like that. Just doesn't look so hot. And I'm not so sure about all this brown on the grass. Like, there's just kind of too much of it. I think we might have to do something about that. But all that is like the brown dirt texture, I think it's going to kind of mess up the vibe, to be honest with you. But at least for the time being, we've got this very vibrant green. right? We've got the super, super vibrant green, and it looks good. Like, this is cool looking. I like this. I do really like the way this looks. I hope you guys are enjoying this, because I do really think that this is coming along nicely. Still a very long way to go, of course, but I think we're making some good progress here. What can I say? I'm a really big fan of this look right there. That's the look that I like. And if we can just get rid of all this grass that's on the edges here, I think we'll have something really cool. You guys tell me what you think. I just am a little bit worried that we put down too much grass and now we're going to have to pave over a lot of it. We might have to leave some of it. I don't know. It's kind of a lot. Very tired. Have a beautiful stream and good luck with the build. Thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in. It's good to have you here. And enjoy the rest of your night. Alright, so back to the cylinders here. If we can make sure no grass is visible, right? Like, you guys see what I'm going for here with the light stuff on one side and the dark stuff on the other side. I think it's cool. I think it's really, really cool. Little bits here that are, like, more in shadow. These can get really mossy. Maybe here, you know, maybe not that far in, but, like, little stuff right here. That's all moss. It's all more in shadow. Alright, you see that? You see that? I'm like, look at that. That's cool looking. I think it looks good. I think it looks very good. Not that. That doesn't look very good. Yeah, see ya. It's me. Appreciate you pulling up to the stream. Penguin Man, hey Elfie, how's it going? Good to have you here, my dude. We are working on some behind-the-scenes building for my next 10 builders video. So that's what we're currently up to, doing some terraining, some terraforming, some world painting. Doing good, man. How's it going? Yeah, no, I'm chilling. I'm hard at work here. I saw you were streaming earlier from your Forever World, if I remember correctly, right? How's that going for you, man? If you'd like to show off a build on my Discord, build showcase channel. Yep, where's this going? Good, having a lot of fun. Awesome. I saw in your Discord there is some family stuff that came up. I hope everything is okay. But I'm glad you're really, I'm glad you're having a good time with that world. I've, catching up with parts of your videos every now and again when I can, and you are doing some insane stuff, so really, really cool to see. If y'all want to see an awesome survival Minecraft player at his peak, doing some amazing things in his Forever World, King Elfie is in the chat right there. You gotta go see what he's up to. He's doing some incredible stuff. Is the terraforming part of the build or the background? The background! This is going to be a backdrop to what the actual builders and coders are going to be doing. We're doing something very similar to the 10 builders versus Steampunk Factory video. If anybody has seen that one. Good chance you probably have. One of my more popular, I think the second most popular 10 builders video ever. So, hot 300,000-ish views. It's going, but you know how it is. Yeah, family stuff is tough, man. I wish you and your family best of luck through all of that. I'm sure it's been rough at times. Yeah, well, okay, I'm glad you guys liked it. That's good. We're doing something similar, where rather than have the builders on, one at a time, like in my first couple, or all at once, like in the most recent Axiom one, they're coming on in groups, right? We can do, we're doing groups of 3 this time around, as opposed to groups of 2. And like the last one, where you're taking a build, you're adding on to it, but you're also adding like animation and life and motion through non-building means, like commands and stuff. We're doing something very similar. We're going to be adding motion and life to a build. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be really awesome. And I have some really, really great people selected for this, some people that I'm very excited to work with. I mean, okay, I shouldn't call them great. Haven't worked with them yet. I'm sure they are great from what I've seen. Don't get me wrong, but I'll be working with a couple new folks for this upcoming video that I've never worked with before. Reached out, got in contact through friends, other associates, and whatnot. When do I plan on posting it? Probably late May. We'll see if I can get this out before TwitchCon. To be honest, I really have no idea. Because this is not the next 10 builders video. The next 10 builders video is already finished recording. It just needs a bit more editing and some polish. And then that's good to go after that. This is going to be much later. Because as you can see, I am still doing the prep work. This one has a lot more prep work than previous videos. So I have clearly not started recording yet. Or else you would not be able to get a live stream here because there would be spoilers. So I'm gonna say next video, the upcoming one, which is on relating to custom trees. You can keep an eye out for 10 builders versus custom trees on Saturday, May 17th. That is when I'm planning on releasing that one, and assuming everything goes to plan, I should be able to release it then, no problem. Next stream, no idea. Sorry. I don't know if I'll do more of these. Depends on how I feel. I've been liking this a lot so far. If you guys want to see more of these, you can let me know by liking the stream and showing your support for the stream in the Discord, because this is a very experimental thing. I did not think I'd be doing this when I woke up this morning, but here we are. We're streaming some 10 builders prep work. Once again, a very new thing for me. And I hope people like it, because I've never done this sort of thing before. I'm pretty new to streaming. I really just stream my monthly build challenges for my Discord server, and that's kind of it. I'm not like a regular streamer, as you guys know. I don't really stream that much. But this has been cool. And if people like this, we'll do more. When you take a step back, the moss, the color difference of the moss really shows. Wow. Wow, that is so cool. Oh my god, coloring? Colors? Colors are so freaking cool, man. Look at this. I can take a really big step back and I can see with my light, so it's coming in at that roughly 45-degree angle, you can really see what spots are supposed to be dark and what spots are supposed to be light. Of course, I'm still missing so much dark over here. Try watching anime. I don't watch a lot of stuff, mainly just because I don't have the time. I know anime fans are really into their stuff, but yeah, I don't have a lot of time. The media that I do choose to consume is generally either the media of people that I know, as you can imagine. I know a lot of other YouTubers and streamers, or just personal. That shouldn't be there. Personal, you know, non-Minecrafty related stuff. I'm a real person in real life. I'm a real penguin. I've got other penguiny hobbies that aren't Minecraft, and you know, sometimes I like to just kick back and watch some totally non-Minecraft related stuff, and it's great. Yeah, exactly. Nothing against anime or anything in particular. It's just like I got things to do. You guys gotta understand, I'm a really, really busy guy. Like, I spend so much time making YouTube videos. I also have other hobbies that take up a whole lot of my time. I have a full-time job. I don't do this full-time. That would be lovely, but I don't do this full-time. I'm not there yet. And I've got a lot of friends and family in the area that I like to spend time with. So that takes up time. I have a household to maintain. I don't have a family in the sense that I have a spouse or kids or anything like that, but I still have a living space that needs cleaning and maintaining. I have to do chores. I have to do laundry. I have to cook my own meals. I have to pay my taxes, for better or for worse. So, yeah. I got a lot of things going on. The penguin gif, yeah, that's me. I'm getting some real good pets down in there. I'm getting petted real nice. What can I say? Big fan of pets. I don't know what that was. But yeah, we bring this around. We get more of this moss in here. Ooh, that's a bit too much moss. You can see what we're doing. We're bringing these darker. Penguins don't have to pay taxes. Well, when you start, you know, having thumbs and posting YouTube videos, the IRS gets a little feisty at you, you know what I mean? Oh, the Axiom replace tool is so nice. Mostly as a chore for YouTube. It's not a chore. It's fun. I think it can be a hobby and it can be for YouTube. I don't see why it has to be one or the other. I mean, yes, it can be difficult at times to find motivation, but so is a lot of things in life. So our regular content, for lack of a better word, oriented hobbies. So, yeah. Although if your question is, would I play Minecraft if I wasn't making YouTube videos, the answer is probably no. So that probably answers that for you. Yeah. Like Minecraft a lot, but the main thing I like doing is making things and showing them off to other people. And I can't really do that without being a creator of some kind. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that moss. Ah, that's so much moss. Ooh, that's so much moss. Woo! Yeah. What can I say? Moss gets me excited. Get some grass in there. Get some of that lime terracotta in there. This is also still probably dark. Like, this is dark, I think, because it's being blocked by this bit of terrain here. Right? Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Yeah, so we basically, for anybody that's just tuning in now or is not sure what we're doing, I am doing some grass shading on this large piece of terrain here. Which is going to be for new favorite VTuber, thanks, for my next upcoming 10 builders video. I won't say the next one because it's not the next one. This will be the one after it. We are working with a light green to darker green, or I guess medium green is a better way of describing it, color palette. And in order to do that, we're shading in some moss on the darker sections here. You can see the grass is very light. We're using other light greens, like, what is this, lime terracotta and green concrete powder. Moss is darker than that, which is nice. We need a darker green for these parts that are more shaded. Starting your MBC build. Ooh, all right. Well, I'm excited to see what you do. Andrew, you've been a real one, participating in a lot of these monthly build challenges. Always great to see what you come up with. Yeah, you've got plenty of time. You've got 2 whole months. But yeah, dude, it is always good to see what you do. You've made some really, really awesome stuff, and I'm sure this month will be no exception. Looking forward to seeing what you come up with, man. Let's take another step back and see what we got here. I mean, yeah, that's shading. You know, that's some real shading going on there. It's awesome. Get some moss in like those darker sections, you know? All this. It's gotta get shaded. What can I say? Doggo Mines, W build.
I feel so
Thank
Sigma.
you. I feel so Sigma when you say that. What can I say?
What's poppin', my skibbity Sigmas?
Everybody loves it when I skibbity on that Sigma. What can I say? We just out here skibbitying on that Sigma, and nobody can stop me, not even the IRS. Get out. I can't. I feel so Sigma, and they won't let me leave. This penguin is too Sigma.
I feel so Sigma.
What the Sigma?
I feel so
I love how it just stops. Like, I can just cut the audio with the button on my stream deck and it just goes away. But yeah, that's my friend Musithical. She's a Sigma. What can I say? She's just really Sigma. Reach brain rot maximum. You bet. You bet. My mods are frowning at me. That's how you know I'm pushing the needle here. I'm really pushing the needle. I'm moving the needle. What can I say?
I feel so Sigma.
Even the mods are frowning at me. This society. I like how this area in the middle is smoother, right? We've smoothed out a lot of these hills here, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. Yeah, the S in SBU stands for Sigma. Absolutely. It also stands for Skibbity. And maybe even other things. We're going to smooth these out a little bit more, just get rid of a little bit of that going on here. And, you know, we're going to keep the droopiness. We're going to keep the terrain droopiness, but I just want to smooth that out a little bit. Just so we can get like a little bit of variation here. And then the outsides are going to be very, very, you know, sharp. We've got these cylinder shapes that are really just not going anywhere. Most cook stream I've seen in a while. Yeah.
I feel so
Poppin'
Sigma.
my skibbity Sigma!
What's so
Poppin' my skibbity Sigma!
Oh no, someone joined as I was doing that. Oh no, hi Rita, welcome into the stream. Don't mind the inane amount of noise that was just being produced from me mashing buttons on my stream deck. What can I say? It's fun. You didn't see any of that. Welcome into a very normal building stream. Today we are we are working on some behind the scenes building for an upcoming 10 builders versus Minecraft video. Yeah, this is not the next one that's coming out, but it's the one afterwards. And yeah, it requires a substantial bit of terrain terraforming beforehand. The intro to every video stream, you're gonna make me lose all 42069 of my subscribers, my friend. That's gonna be not a good time. Super brain rotted. Wait, how did I never think of that? That's genius. Yes, that's what that stands for. That's, oh my god. Someone please post that in the Discord. SBU equals super brain rotted YouTuber. That is so smart. I cannot believe I have never heard that before. That's genius. That's absolute cinema right there. That's so good. I love it. I love it. What can I say? So, like I was saying before, the lighting is coming from this angle, right? So, if it's coming from this angle, it'll be like here. And you can see, especially if I go into 30 FOV, you can see what blocks are receiving direct light. And you'll notice we can see almost none of the moss blocks from here. But if we were to go fly over here, see what's receiving indirect sunlight, it's so much moss. It's like almost entirely all moss. And that's very intentional. It's the subtle coloring, shading differences that are really going to make the difference between like an okay build and like an awesome build. Like, it's 2025. Minecraft building is evolving, and I have to keep up. Me and my 59-year-old old penguin self, we have to keep up with the modern ways of Minecraft building, or else we're going to be left in the dust. So I've learned Axiom, I've learned more color-related stuff. I'm really, really moving the needle here. I'm going to start saying that more, moving the needle. I just like the way it sounds. It's cool sounding. You know? Any needle movers in chat? Oop, wrong button. Redstone animated fans. Well, we'll see about that. Love moving needles. Thank you. Thank you. Someone gets it. Always moving his needle, this guy. Yep, that's me. They used to call me Mr. Needle Mover back in college. What can I say? Those animated fans. Yeah, the animated fans are really cool. There's this guy, Jake Kelton, that's been really pioneering a lot of like animated Minecraft builds. It hasn't really been a thing for the longest time because of either lag or noise concerns. You know, those things are very noisy, but the Buildstone community, as they're called, is kind of just saying, we don't care. We're just going to do it anyways, and I think that's awesome. So, hey, No guarantees, but if I can get the man himself here for a 10 builders video, how would you guys feel about that? What do you think? What do you think? Once again, no guarantees. I have not contacted him, but perchance, if Mr. Jake Kelton himself were to show up for a 10 builders video, what would you guys think about that? What would you guys think about that? You let me know. Just get a better computer and turn off the sound. True, 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 true. Big if true. You know what? That true is so big. You know what? Not Jack. That true is this big. That's how big that true is. That true is so freaking big, man. It's this big. Anyways. Truth nuke. Uh-huh. Big if true. Big if true. It's really big if it's true. It's big if true, guys. Look at it. Incredible, isn't it? Huge if true. What? My game just crashed. What? No way. I closed out of the Axiom viewer and my freaking game just crashed.
What the Sigma?
What? Side buttons to mute so I don't have to listen to brain rot sound effects. Recover the recording. Yeah, let's recover that recording. Let's save that. I forgot I was running a flashback that whole time. Whoopsie. Too big to be true. So real. We're gonna try going back. Yeah, okay, it's gone. It's gone. The true was so big it crashed my game. That's insane. That's actually hilarious. The truth was so big it crashed the game. Incredible. Amazing. Anyways, let's get back to our detailing here. Dog be chilling with you? Awesome. Love a good dog that chills. Love me a good dog that chills. Just a chill guy. What's the theme of this 10 builders video? Skibbity Riz. No, it's check that thing out right over there. Gonna be making a sort of magical wizardy tower sort of thing. It's not gonna be exactly like that, and that's gonna be for the builders to make. Chill. Okay, dog's a girl. Gotcha. Chill girl. Yeah, it's gonna be like a magical wizard tower of some kind. I don't have all the details fleshed out just yet, but it's gonna have some terraforming, like you can see right here. I think we're getting really close with this grass. I know we've been placing grass for a long time, but we're getting close. I also needed to like ungrass a lot of this part, which is kind of unfortunate because I don't like the way the dirt texture looks. It's cringe. What is this new SBU meaning? It's super brain rotted YouTuber. Thought we all knew this. Thought we were already familiar with this. The zoom mod that I use is called Zoomify, I think. It's great. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Don't actually remember for sure. The algo has revealed me to your channel. Sold on the Talking Penguin. Hey, White Flare. Welcome into the stream. Thanks for joining. I'm assuming you've probably already seen my YouTube videos. We're working on some behind the scenes terraforming and building for the upcoming an upcoming 10 builders versus Minecraft video. It's not the next one, but it's going to be the one after that. We're making a sort of mountainy landscape here with a big lake in the middle. Where actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, well, there's going to be a big wizard tower. What if the wizard tower was like here in the middle? We're going to start a poll. We're starting a poll. How do I do that? Start a poll. Wizard tower location. On top of cliff or inside lake area? You tell me, gamers. Where is it going to go? Into the 10 builders versus Axiom video with the windmills and clouds. Thank you. Yes, it did. It was really cool. That has been one of my most successful videos of all time. So I'm really glad the algorithm did its thing there. I'm glad you found my channel. I do a lot of sort of creative mode build challenge videos. And everybody go vote in that poll, by the way. Wow, nobody wants it to be in this lake area. Everybody wants it up there. All right. Well, you know what? Forget I said anything. But yeah, White Flare, welcome into the channel. We're going to be launching some new stuff soon, actually. If you have any interest in SMPs, I am part of this SMP called Skyblock Kingdoms, which is something that's really, really special to me. Really awesome group of people on that SMP. We're starting our second season sometime kind of soon. Can't tell you exactly when, but it should be pretty soon. And you should look forward to that, because once that hits, oh man, we are going crazy with Skyblock Kingdoms. We are going to be doing so much amazing stuff on that server. Still going to be making 10 builders videos on the side, but when Skyblock Kingdoms Season 2 comes around, I am locking in so hard on that. So keep an eye out for that. I'm really going to be pushing for people to watch Skyblock Kingdoms when that comes about. And I do sincerely hope that you guys do. Builders versus Axiom videos specifically, maybe. I like to vary things a little bit. I don't want to make any of these one videos too similar to the other, because what I fear is that they're going to become a little too formulaic. I don't want to just make the same 10 builders video for the rest of my YouTube career. Skyblock is sick! Yeah, there we go. That's Mr. Sad Milkman, another SBK member right there. Awesome guy. While you're at it, go subscribe to the Sad Milkman YouTube channel. I'm gonna actually put that right here. This fella right here, this Milkman, this is one of the most hilarious and charming and just frankly awesome creators I've ever had the pleasure of working with. And if you're not watching what he is currently doing right now, he is currently running an SMP called Bounty Hunters, which is very much inspired by the Life series. If you like the Life series and you like really funny people, you'll like Sad Milkman, and which you should go watch his videos and subscribe to him right now, because he's an awesome guy. Do you like Skyblock? Awesome. Well, Skyblock is pretty great. Skyblock Kingdoms is freaking fantastic. And there are going to be... that's a lot of emojis. There's myself, Milkman, and 20 other awesome people on the server for Season 2, featuring some secret new members that we cannot talk about just yet. But there's some really, really... Like, believe me, by the way, if you saw Season 1, that's awesome. The roster for Season 2 is going to be absolutely ridiculous. The people we have coming in are such an insane strength to this group. Like every single one of the 7 new members, I am so excited to have them. They're all so awesome in their own way. And wow, if you thought the Season 1 roster is good, Season 2 roster is gonna rock your socks off. What can I say? Ooh, big things cooking. You're going to need to learn Axiom for a Season 2 project. Well, if you're looking for an Axiom tutorial, I just happen to know a 2-hour-long Axiom tutorial. Okay, you don't need the spiel. You know what that is. You know, Ash's Axiom tutorial. I'd always recommend that. I don't know if anything is out there that's necessarily much shorter without being like less comprehensive. I'm always gonna plug the Axiom tutorial. What am I gonna say? Ooh, what building today? Good question. Oh, hey, I recognize you. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. It's Mchmu. Listen, I recognize your name from Discords and stuff. It's great to have you in the stream, by the way. But yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I am working on an upcoming 10 builders video. This is a reference image that's going to be going along with it. This video is going to be based around adding like animation and movement to a build similar to my 10 builders versus Steampunk Factory video from a while ago. This is going to require some substantial building like setup though, So, which is why we're working on this big old landscape. It's very much in progress, as you can see. It's nowhere near finished. But yeah, it's coming along. I'm working on some shading. You probably have maybe subconsciously or consciously seen this. I'm not sure, but we've got some moss on this side for a slightly darker, shade of green, and then on the opposite side we've got more light shades because the light is coming down from this angle right there. Hey, Doggo Minds, I don't know what you're talking about, and I'd appreciate it if you would not repeat yourself in the chat. Because people who repeat themselves eventually start spamming, and then they get timed out. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Appreciate it. It's the Zoom mod. It is Zoomify is not for Bedrock 1.14. Keep looking. I don't know. Camera utils might also help you out. Possibly. I'm not sure if that's the same thing. But there are. If you just look up Zoom and look through CurseForge or Modrinth, I think you will find something you like. Yeah, shading is very fun with building. I agree. We're not really doing any of the actual, structure work just yet. There is going to be a tower there. But what we are doing is, of course, the... where are we? Tool masks. Noise painter. Our noise painter got reset. Right, my game crashed earlier. So the noise painter got reset. Let's do grass. Let's do green concrete powder. And we do our lime terracotta. Yeah, the cliffs are coming along nicely. Thank you, Pikmin. Appreciate the kind words about the cliffs. We're building this also specifically in a Cherry Grove biome to get that really nice light shade of green. I'm actually going to be using a lot of grass up here. Going to really be ramping up the grass. Landscape building is fun. I agree. It's a great time. It's something I've come to really enjoy doing on stream here, just kind of hanging out with the fellas, building, brain rotting a little bit. It's all in good fun. We're having a good time, right? Hope we're having a good time. Mod manager. This may sound a little bit sadistic. I manage my Minecraft instances manually. I download things off of Modrinth. I manually download the file. And then I put it into a certain spot in my file explorer for my Minecraft instance. I have a lot of Minecraft instances, and I manage them all manually because I'm a little bit of a psychopath. What could I say? Just a tad bit. The brain rotting and building a little... Yeah, honestly, that's a bit more accurate. Yeah, we skibbity risen up in here. What can I say? It's part of the brand. Melons? Oh my god, wait, now you're speaking my language. This is my favorite block in the game. Lighter grass. Okay, hold on. You're cooking here. So this is where the light is coming down, right? You've got my 45-degree angle light ray, abstract light ray. What if on the lightest spots we do a little bit of melaning, right? Little bit of melon action going on here. How do we feel about this? It's a little harsh. But I think because it's melon, we have to. I think we just have to do it for the culture. For context, melons are one of, if not my favorite block in Minecraft. It's been a part of my channel identity for a while now. I think everyone's got to have a favorite block, if you ask me. And now this grass is really, yeah, like you said, it's shining. It's bright, it's vibrant. We're only going to be using it selectively. I don't want to be using it too much, but you can kind of see how we're surrounding it by the slightly darker blocks like the lime terracotta and the green concrete powder. I feel like if that transitions directly into the color of the stone, which we still have to texture, by the way, that's going to be a little bit too harsh. But we can do something like this. Used to messy managing of files? Yeah, I mean, I'm also used to my file management. I've got a system that works for me. It's a little bit sadistic, like I said, but it works. So I think this is pretty good. I mean, maybe not so much on the actual top there. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but maybe a little bit of that. Yeah, something like that. Thank you for the advice. Honestly, really good shout there. The melon block is genuinely really handy. So good stuff all around. Just meloning, yeah, we do a little meloning every now and again as a treat, only on the weekends. Well, I guess today's Friday for me at least, but it's the weekend for somebody out there. It's the freaking weekend, baby. It's you know, time to kick back, celebrate, get some R&R, do a little bit of melaning, all in a good weekend's work, you know? Dark green terracotta for the dark side. Yeah, I'll have to try that too. I'll have to give that a shot. Let me just finish my melaning work over here first. I think this part back here is still too much of a work in progress to really be doing some melaning. I want to get to the stone work in a little bit. I just want to maybe, you know, get the rest of these cylinders nice and meloned. I guess if you were here earlier in the stream when we actually did the shaping of this place, I start with kind of like a rough blob and I kind of just like staple a bunch of cylinders onto it. So it's very geometric. And I know that's not the most greatest thing in the world. Sometimes you just kind of have to go take the melt tool and just like explode a couple cylinders just to make it look ever so slightly less geometric, you know? Especially the spot over here where like everything is very, very geometric. I'm just gonna like explode a couple of them. Just like give it a little boop there. And give it a little boop every now and again. And then we smooth that out. Obviously we now need to redo our texturing. But I feel like that just kind of helps it out a little bit. We don't want to have just all cylinders all the time. Gets a little overwhelming that way. Great work from last time I saw. Thank you. Welcome back. Yeah, it's coming along really well. We've been doing some melaning. We've been doing more texturing work. People in chat have been very, very helpful with their texturing advice. So thank you again to Mchmu, I believe. You said I got that right last time, and I hope I didn't just butcher it now. But yeah. It's coming along nicely, what can I say? This is, of course, going to be a little bit more darkly shaded because it's on the opposite side. So let's try, like you said, green terracotta, I fear, is going to be too dark. Because you put that with the moss, yeah, it's too dark, it's too dull. Because even at our darkest, it's still pretty green. But I think the green concrete is doable. Let's try it out in some of the darkest spots. I'm talking like here. You know, around here where there's like very little. Got it right. Fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to keep that in the brain this time. We'll see if that works. But yeah, well, I think the absolute like darkest sections here, you know, can do a little bit of not the melon. Some of that perhaps. Maybe. Moss is such a great block. I know it's a really great block to work with. I do think that, yeah, we can have a little bit of this really dark green concrete here. I think that's a good vibe. So sorry, I forgot who suggested the green concrete, but good stuff. Very good recommendation. I think we have to use it very sparingly though. I don't think we can use it as widely as the melons. But if we put it in these little like crevices here, I think it'll be a nice look. So this is the spawn for the next build video? Not necessarily. I'm still kind of working that out, TBH. I am getting very ahead of myself by building this now. I'm going to be completely honest. Like, there's still so much planning that needs to be done. I just kind of know the concept. Yeah, you know what? Let's see. Green wool versus green concrete. I might be a little more partial to the green wool. Yeah, you know what? I think the green wool is actually a better fit. It's not as dark and but more importantly, I mean, the darkness of the green concrete is fine, but what bugs me about it is it's got that very flat texture that just doesn't really blend with the other textures. I mean, no, the terracotta, even the terracotta is like a little bit more messy. Brandy bottle, yes, exactly. Thank you for the name. I remember that name now. Yeah, this green wool I think is going to be a better fit. Shaded it with different biomes. Yes, that is a really cool idea. Seriously, like complex biome shading. I wish I was a little bit more proficient at that. It's worth a shot. I just, since I've already started with the block shading for this build, I think I'm going to stick with it. But that is a really cool idea that I really should play around with sometime. All right, do a quick just dump of textures on there. We go ahead and we get rid of the dirt blocks that feel very out of place. Or I say dirt blocks, you know, they're grass blocks, but like, I don't want that dirt texture. Like, look at this dirt texture. It's weird. It doesn't really feel right. think that's a little better, yeah. More than grass is affected. That's true. You have water affected. You have things like rainfall happening and snowfall at different times, maybe if you're getting really extreme with your biome changes. So mossy cobblestone to transition between the grass and the stone. I think that's a good idea. You know, I'll try that out. First things first, we are going to put down our lighter of the two stone textures. If you guys remember from earlier, we have these two as the light stone in the light versus these as a stone in the shadow. Actually, I'm thinking now, andesite might be too bright. What if we do stone? What's slightly darker than stone? We could do cobblestone. Right. As a whole, I feel cobblestone is a little bit darker. Weathered copper blocks, patches of dirt in the grass. That sounds cool. I gotta look at that in a sec. That sounds awesome. But real quick, just, you know, gray. Like gray stuff is gonna be too gray. Tough. Is tough gonna be too green? Tough. Let's try it. I fear that the tough is too green, but I think I want to give it a shot. Maybe even over the cobblestone. Yeah, let's give that a shot. We'll get to that. But we have our two gradient, you know, our light and our dark for in shadow, which is going to be like here and here and stuff, like where the moss is, right? And then these three are going to be for the light. So let's give that a shot over here. Let's start with the light. Actually, before we do that, weathered copper. I'm curious. You said weathered copper. Patches of dirt in the grass. I mean, that's more blue. I don't know if you meant maybe a different kind of copper. Pale moss. Oh my gosh, I forgot pale moss. Yes, we're doing pale. Oh my gosh, yes. I was literally saying in my last 10 builders video that I wanted to do something with pale moss. And now I'm doing something with pale moss. So that's awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate the block tips. I'm no expert, you know. I just like place some blocks. Oh, we have a little bit more melaning to do here. I totally missed this. We have some melaning to do right here. Green tone of tough. Yeah, you've got a point. I think we'll try both the tough and the pale moss. I am excited to work with the pale moss, but like, you know, if it's not the right time, it's not the right time. There we go. There we go. That's nice. That's pretty nice. Very high contrast, but nice. It's so Sigma. Yeah. You bet it is.
What the Sigma?
Little bit of brain rot as a treat. You know how we do around here. Just playing Minecraft alongside you. Yep, you get it, you get it. There's always a better builder, and that's very scary sometimes, but you just gotta do what you can, you know? I'm no expert, but I like what I do. And that's nice. We just trying our best at the end of the day. Alright, stone time. Dead coral blocks. Yes, I'll have to take a look at that. First things first, we wanted the light gray concrete powder and the light gray wool. And just to start, I'm gonna just try putting them down as just a regular old gradient. Block equals stone. There we go. Gonna try just putting it down like that. That's very bright. Turn the scale down. That is very, very, very bright. Do I turn the scale up and then maybe bring this down? It almost feels too bright. I'm not gonna lie. This with the melons feels kind of intense. I fear that the gray concrete powder is too bright. So what if we try replacing that with andesite? Just as a bit of a test here. Get rid of this. If I just go ahead and select in all the gray concrete powder. I fear that it's too bright. That's my concern right now. And I think if we maybe replace that with andesite, will we get something that's a little bit better? I think that's better. I think that's more reasonable. Dark parts of stone basalt is good. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I think, I think if we do block equals stone, and we do mostly andesite, little bits of the light gray wool, I think that's going to be a better block palette for us. I think the light gray concrete powder was just getting a little too bright, unfortunately. Cool. To builder sounds good. I will take a look when I get the chance. Yeah, I think andesite is good. Andesite is one of my favorite blocks. Like, it's genuinely just... I'm a huge andesite fan, so I'm not surprised. In hindsight, I'm not surprised that I'm now using it for this lighter section. I do still think this terrain needs some more work. I'm wondering about the mossy cobble now. Now that was mentioned, right? Mossy cobble to kind of transition. I fear we're getting a little too textured here, but like from far away, right? From far away. I don't know. We also could have just textured this better to begin with, so that kind of looked pretty rough. I fear that we're getting too many colors involved here. I don't know. I'm gonna you know, go ahead. I'm gonna keep pushing with the andesite without the mossy cobble. And we'll see how it goes. I think I might have just needed, to be honest, to just do a better job of getting the grass, or rather the green texture, you know, to like wrap down here some more. I think there is a little bit too much stone on these sections. If we like do another round of that coming down. Let's see how that looks. You know, let's see how that looks. And then we can bring more melons into the equation, which is everybody's favorite block. Mossy cobblestone next to tough. Absolutely. I think that's a great combo. Colors, yeah, it's good. And yeah, listen, if Axiom's not your cup of tea, I don't blame you. This is some hardcore stuff right here. This is some serious business. And if you want to just build the way you know, there is nothing wrong with that. But I do think that looks good so far for a very... I gotta figure out what to do here. This part doesn't look right. You know what? We're gonna put another cylinder here. When in doubt, place more cylinder. That's what I've learned. That's what I've learned in life. Solid, cylinder. When in doubt, place more cylinder. Yes! Another cylinder has arrived, and then we can kind of just plop that in here. Like I said, when in doubt, place more cylinder. We're going to actually angle this one ever so slightly. Where'd it go? What? Why did it just disappear? That was weird. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, it decided to continue existing this time. That's great. So what you do when you place the blocks at an angle, you got this kind of awkward point sticking up here. But if you just cut that off, and you go ahead and just kind of round that corner ever so slightly, I think you get a nice, more weathered look of terrain here. And this you can go ahead and you can go in and really go nuts with, you know, I'm just going to do this manually because there's only one little bit of texture, but you can really go nuts in here with the texturing. And of course, we get some melons. We're melon maxing up in here. We get some melons going in. Very nice, very good stuff. A new ridge for the melons. Yes, Melon Ridge. Maybe that's what we call this place, Melon Ridge. I don't know. That should be melon. A new ridge for the melons. You love to see it. It's awesome. We do a little bit of the slightly darker green here Yippee melons. Yeah, look at that. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Have a new little bit of melon action going on here. And then we can shift back to our... Oh, we lost our tool mask. There we go. And now we're all good. Now all's right with the world. At least in that specific section. There's still a little weirdness going on here, but we're just gonna not worry about it for right now. Melon parasites in my brain. I have never had any such thing happen to me. I am completely innocent of all allegations, and everybody knows it. This same lighter gradient, which now in hindsight has maybe a little bit too much andesite. Can go here. Because the light is also hitting this face of the rock. But on the other side over here, this is where we get into our darker gradient, and this is where we're going to start talking about what we were just looking at earlier. So maybe, you know, what
the Sigma?
I just stopped being able to talk there for a second. Hey, 1-4, welcome into the chat. Hello, we're doing some behind the scenes building for an upcoming 10 Builders video. Not the next one, but the one after that. It's going to have some cool custom terrain built by yours truly, which we're working on right now. Ooh, spoilers. Maybe the stone is too bright. What if we did tough and pale moss? How do these two look together? Let's try. Let's try. Pale moss and tough. 2 awesome blocks. Block equals stone. There's random grass here that's not supposed to be here. That should be moss. This side, the dark side, right? Let's paint that in. Maybe bring down the scale a little bit. Let's paint that in. Okay. Both of these blocks are on the green side, which goes really, really well with the moss. I'm liking this. Guys, look at this. This is good. This is really good. I think the large clumps of tuff need something in the middle. I wonder if we manually... I'm sorry, guys. I'm like bouncing all over the place. My brain is in a lot of places right now. Basalt, I believe, is going to be too dark. Yes, too dark. But in these little spots, what if we did little patches of the polished tuff? Or we did coral. What if we take the darkest kind of coral? Is that too bright? That's a little too bright now. Tough works beautifully with moss. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just learning this now, but wow, this is really good. This is really, really good. I am gonna probably let's do or stone or pale moss or tough. I want to be able to rewrite what I've just been working on. Block equals tough. I think my scale was a bit too high for these sections. I think I want to rewrite this with a bit lower of a scale and just bring that all over the place. Kind of red, the coral. It is. It's very pink, whereas these are more green. I think the coral is a no-go, unfortunately. The polished tuff, I think, would be cool if it was just ever so slightly less square. Mossy cobble is a good question, but it is unfortunately too light. Well, actually, it works. I feel like the highlights, the unmossy highlights of the mossy cobble, like here, here, here. I think it's still a little too bright, unfortunately. And the moss and the tuff and the pale moss already blend together so well that I think we're probably okay. Something that's similar color to tuff. Ooh. There's a terracotta for this. Cyan terracotta. Too blue, perhaps? Yes. Oh, God. Definitely too blue. Forget I ever said anything. I'm just going to try acacia wood. Oh, my God. Let's try it. Let's try it. Ah, still too pink, unfortunately. Yeah. These blocks are so green. I think I'm just going to try some of the polished stuff. And yeah, like you said, let's try putting that on the bottom. Let's try putting that down here. and just like in little like nooks and crannies. Because I think these big wide open spaces where it's just tough and just pale moss, I think it's a bit much. We tried dead coral and basalt. Neither of them really worked very well, unfortunately, but I appreciate the shout. Just in these little crevices, you know? Like, that looks really nice. Ooh, that's a big zoom, sorry. Glow lichen to the stone. I think that this transition from the moss into the stone is actually already pretty good. I don't think we necessarily need to change this, but let's give it a shot anyways. Problem is the glow lichen makes it lighter. You know, we want it to be a little darker. Cyan's a lovely color. And cyan terracotta is great. But unfortunately, it's a little bit too blue for our purposes. I do really like the way these tiny little bits of the polished tuff look. Block entities. Yes, I've done a few things with display entities. A couple of my thumbnails on my second channel. Oh yeah, by the way, I got a second channel for all my funny stuff that doesn't make it onto the main channel. Leon ETC, as it's called. I post funny skits, shorts, random stuff. I recently hit 42069 subscribers, and I did a funny little thing, volume warning, by the way, for that video up on the second channel. Polished basalt. Let's give it a shot. I might have already given this a shot, but I fear it's too dark. I feel like the mid section is great, but the edges, well, interesting. Literally just brainstorming blocks on your Minecraft instance too. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. Hey, I appreciate you doing this alongside me here. It's a good vibe. Also, yes, MooCraft1312, welcome into the stream. Good to have you here. We are currently, ooh, there's a hole in the void there. Currently doing some behind the scenes building for my next 10 builders versus Minecraft video, which is pretty freaking cool. Mud is going to be way too dark. Sorry, I can already tell you that. I don't need to test. I just know. It's going to be too dark. Polished basalt. If we try replacing the tuff. Alright, sorry guys. I really appreciate the advice, the suggestions, but I am going with the polished tuff. The 69-420 video. Yep, that's going to have to come at some point. Don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet. Can't do the same joke twice. But I think I will make a 69-420 video whenever that... These look like Tetris pieces. Whenever that comes out, we will definitely be doing a 69-420 video. You already know it. Polished stuff still works. Yeah, I think, at least, I mean, obviously, you guys had some great advice. I'm not trying to discount what you all were saying, but yeah, I think polished tuff is the move here. First things first, though, I do still need to just get the rest of this textured. I'm glad we figured this out, because that looks awesome. But let's just bring this over here. Bring that around. And then over here, this section is also in shade. Right, this little bit right here. A lot of this is going to be submerged underwater, so we'll get to that in a minute. But this is all going to be, yeah, it's going to be in shade like that. It gets a little interesting here, where the shaded meets the light. But I think we can kind of bring the shade over a little bit like this. That definitely has to be like that. Yapping is your expert topic. Yeah, I believe it. I definitely believe that. I kind of did a crummy job over here with this adding in the green of the concrete powder and the terracotta and whatnot. Yeah, Axiom has the flood fill tool, which is very handy for placing water automatically. It doesn't make waves, as in like moving animated waves. That's probably borderline impossible to do in vanilla Minecraft, but Axiom can definitely do flood fill. So let's say if we wanted to fill in this lake right now, obviously it needs a more time in the oven. But if we wanted to flood fill with water, we get rid of our tool mask. Bam. Water. Kind of neat, huh? It's kind of neat. All right, back to texturing. Put that back. We're still working with our dark gradient. So we bring that along here, maybe. We bring that down. Raise the lower parts. Yeah, I'm going to have to fix that. I'm going to have to probably push the lake down a little bit and then bring that up because that's, yes, that is a bit too low. I know. Thanks, though. I appreciate it. I think that's almost all of the shaded texturing that we needed to do. Like, we got little bits here and there. We still have this white concrete mess that I need to clean up real quick. Boop, boop, boop. Just gonna do a real easy job there. Yeah, close enough. And then this can be like andesite. This is all obviously temporary. The red wool path is definitely not staying for the best. That's not staying. This should be light, probably. Yeah, all gonna be surrounding the path. We'll get to the path in a minute. We'll get to the path in a minute. We'll have to deal with that later. Do you want to finish off the stone texturing first? Excited for the lake? Yeah, I think the lake's gonna be nice. We'll see what we can do there. I bet we could sneak a few more melons in here. Get a few more melons in there. Oh yeah, look at that. That's gorgeous. That's fantastic. The second channel, yeah. The Chorus Fruit Spritzer from the official Minecraft cookbook, yeah. That was, Chorus Fruit was a big part of my Skyblock Kingdoms Season 1, like, lore story arc. I was the End Kingdom. I, persisted on a diet of nothing but chorus fruit for months, and it kind of did things to me. So, hence why I did the chorus fruit spritzer as a bit of a homage there after the season ended. What can I say? Skyblock Kingdoms, fantastic time, fantastic people. Season 2's coming eventually. I really wish I could tell you the date. We have decided on a date. It's just I can't say it because then I'd be, you know, kind of ruining things for everybody. Yes, you are back. Welcome back, Doggo Mines. And I'm cooking. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm trying my best. The lore. Yeah, no, we do a good bit of lore on SBK. I mean, some people go even more crazy with it than me. I do a little bit of lore every now and again. The word lore is so overused in the Minecraft creator space. It's kind of difficult to just call it that. But, like, I wanted to do a character arc. You know, I wanted to have a character that's not just me, the person, the guy doing Minecraft things. I wanted to have a bit more spice to it, and I got that, thankfully. It's just that all of it kind of just goes lumped in under the umbrella of lore, and then to many people is just immediate discounting. So I'm always hesitant to use that word because so many people just discount it so easily as like cringe or like stupid or unnecessary. But yeah, I'm creating a story. I'm creating something to engage the viewer at the end of the day. That's not just look at me play Minecraft Skyblock. Like, that's great. I like Skyblock. I like the builds that I made. I like the cool events I went to. But having a little bit of story in the process, it's kind of awesome. What can I say? My lore is to say uwu and skibbity sigma. That's not lore. That's just me. That's just me. That's not a character. That's just my brain being different. What lore meant until 2 years ago. Oh man, must have been a nicer time when you didn't know what lore meant. No, yeah, it's taken on a whole new meaning in this space, you know. All right, what do we got going on here? This is looking, oh my god, look at that. The melons are really such a nice, what do you call it? Nice bit of highlight there. And the moss, if we could go around on this side, the moss really adds so much to the shading. Oh my god, it's coming together, folks. It's coming together. We're cooking. We're cooking. What can I say? We're cooking. Put the brain rot in the lore. I kind of did. I guess you might not have seen my Skyblock Kingdom Season 1 because we had the project, we had Parkour Kingdom, among other things. We had lots of funny shenanigans. This middle section is going to be interesting. I'm going to actually try combining the pale moss and andesite. Is that cringe? It's a little rough. Hey, just joined the stream. How's the build going? The build is going great. Era, welcome in. The project was so silly. Yeah, it was a great time. What if we do, instead of andesite, we do stone? Yeah. This build is coming along really nicely. I'm having a great time with the texturing and the shading and whatnot. Talking about upcoming 10 Builders videos, talking a bit about Skyblock Kingdom Season 2 and Season 1. Always will recommend for anybody that has not seen it yet. Skyblock Kingdom is just so freaking cool. What can I say? This screams waterfall. Ooh, I bet I could do... You're so right. Oh my god, we do need a waterfall here. Yes, Vival A. Thank you. We're putting a waterfall right here. Thank you. You're so smart. Oh my god, this is exactly. We get rid of that. We get a little... We get the melt tool out. We put that up to 2. Miss the big penguin block sometimes. I don't know what you mean by big penguin block, actually. Where's the teeth on your penguin? They come out when I need them to come out. What can I say? They're there. They're there waiting. Waiting for the right time to strike and smite my enemies. Okay, so this is good. We're gonna have a little channel in this area. The hello sun penguin. That's ominous? Yes, it is ominous. The hello my sun penguin. I mean, that's also just me saying hi to my child. SBK things. You would know if you watched the series. Also, Stream Elements is low-key like deleting people's messages too much. If your messages are getting deleted, I apologize because sometimes it's valid. Sometimes, yes, maybe your message should have been deleted. But other times I feel like it's just kind of not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So, apologize for that. We're going to do a little waterfall. Excellent suggestion. Going to have that come out right about there. And it's going to go down. And it's going to go into the lake. And it's all going to be skibbity riz from there on out. Exactly. Yusuf Prime knows what's up. The teeth are there when I need them. Add my head behind the waterfall as an Easter egg. Yeah, you know, I really should be doing Easter eggs and stuff. I'm not sure if I'll be doing that specifically because, like, there might be a time limit, as there often is with these 10 Builders videos, in which case, people are not really going to be exploring it too much. It's just going to be there as, like, a, you know, a baseline for people to work with. Okay, let's bring this up. Let's bring that up. We have talked about this before. This is too... you know, not going to make much sense for a lake. So we smooth that out. We fix the texturing, and then we're all good. And then it's all skibbity riz, like I was saying. We add in a bit of grass. Bop, 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 bop. Oh my god, I'm catching up on your messages now. I'm sorry, I wasn't reading them earlier. Oh my god. Yeah, if you that's your definitive source on the LeonSBU lore right there. I guess for some context, Esif Prime, that's my guy, that's my dude, that's my mod, Protocol 14 in my Discord server. Whatever he says is canon, regardless of how dumb or silly it is. If he says it in the server and he means it, it's part of the canon and you can't stop him. He will just continue to speak truth to the lore, and I'm so sorry for what he's going to say, because it's going to be the weirdest thing you've ever read. It's going to be like straight out of the mouth of the SCP Foundation, but it's going to be beautiful. Yeah, that's his YouTube account. Yeah. The Google Doc. The evidence. The evidence.zip. That's a reference. I am just an SCP experiment. I'm glad people are becoming aware of this. Fluid ball tool. Ah, this thing. Yeah, I've never really played around with this as much as I should. So I know it creates a ball and it kind of lags the game. What? Big ball. Oh, wait. That's cool. Evidence.zip. Woo. Mandela effect. Well, yeah, of course. It was always true. What do you mean? This is a cool tool. Hold on a minute. Okay, we're going to play with this. I think I see what you mean. There's someone out there who will hear that and be pointing at the screen like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Don't mind me. Quick water break. Gotta stay hydrated, folks. Hydrate or dihydrate, you know what they say. Okay, so let's figure out how this fluid ball works. Water, flow length, that all looks normal. Control Z. Oh, trust me, I'm Control Zing. Don't you worry. Let's try a really small fluid ball up here and just see what happens. Like, that's cool. That is very cool. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's a bit too much, at least for right there. Like, that's cool, but I think we first need to flood fill the space up to maybe about, like, there. To be completely honest with you, we shouldn't be adding water to this until we texture the underwater section. So let's do that. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Fluid ball looks cool, don't get me wrong, but we need to texture this first. And not with tough and light gray wool. That looks rough. Smooth basalt, perhaps? No. Let's do basalt and deep slate. Regular deep slate. Now that's a combo I can get behind. Enable or disable fill edges. Gotcha. Okay, I will be checking that out more when we get there. But right now, I'm just going to be working on this. We can also get some mud in here. I think that would be really nice. Oh wait, I got this thing. Dark prismarine. You know what? I'll try that out. I don't think I've ever actually used dark prismarine in that sort of sense before. Let's give it a shot. First things first, we get a little bit of the dark texturing over here. We don't really want this light stone under the water, right? It's going to be a little bit too vibrant, a little bit too bright. So this is just kind of a base level of texturing, right? And then I think we want to bring it up a layer. We want to bring it across here. one more layer up? Yeah, one more layer up. Sorry for flooding. Yeah, no, that's all good. Listen, I appreciate you showing me the fluid ball tool. I would not have... I forgot it was there. I would not have thought to use it otherwise, so I appreciate it. I can't claim that I'm going to necessarily master it right away, especially on camera is a little difficult, but I'll certainly give it a good shot right now. Or, you know, today at some point. Alright, what do we got here? Let's do tough. You know, we're slowly descending into a darker gradient, or a darker texture here, a darker color. Someone needs to rewatch the tutorial. True! I need to actually finish Ash's tutorial. Don't tell him I said that. Actually, no, it's fine. He knows I have not seen the entire thing. But I have not seen the entire Axiom tutorial. I know. Embarrassing. Shame. Shame. I gotta watch it. What can I say? I've seen like the first third of it. The 2-hour Axiom, the 2-hour comprehensive Axiom tutorial by Ash298. 2 hours is a lot. Yep. Okay. Noise painter. Mud. Let's get a little bit of mud action going on here. How does that look? We have to get rid of our tool mask. And then let's try some of that dark prismarine like you were talking about earlier. I fear that it's too green. I'm just going to try the mud for now. Even that, the mud to the deep slate is kind of a lot. I do really think you need polished basalt there as an intermediary block. I think the contrast, the change in color between the mud and the deep slate is just simply too much. I think that, especially when you zoom out, is a little bit better, perhaps. The Donut in Blender series. Yeah, I could see that. I could totally see that. All right, now we flood fill. Look at that beautiful, vibrant color. I love the Cherry Grove color of the water and the grass and everything. It's so gorgeous. What can I say? Oh, it's so nice. So freaking nice. Oop. Can't use concrete powder here. It is going to become concrete. Remember, kids, don't become concrete. It's not good for your bones. Let's try that dark prismarine again. I agree. Looks better underwater. Yeah? You've got a point there. I totally can see that, actually. Let's... Oop. Didn't see that. Yeah, actually, what if... What if... Deep slate... These lighter deep slate sections, I think, maybe are a bit too light. Let's try making that dark prismarine. And we'll see if you're goated with the Riz. Let's see if the Epic Cat 10 has the goated Riz. You get it? You get it? Dark prismarine. Huh? Dark prismarine. I'll be here all night, folks. I'll be here all night.
I'm gonna do global warming.
Anyways. Is there something that can go with the dark Rizmarine? Wait, do I just call it dark Rizmarine now? Wait, I could just call it that. Also, yes, I know I can disable block updates. I'm just lazy. Dark Rizmarine. Oh my god. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. I think I'm gonna have to start saying that now. Oh. Dark Rizmarine. It's Rizmarine. Rizmarine. Alright, locking in. Flood fill. Dark Rizmarine. Yeah, because you know when you approach a active serving member of the military, and they're really attractive, and you just gotta hit them with that.
What the Sigma?
Mm-hmm. That's Rizmarine. Andrew, I appreciate it, but I think it's really more of just an in-joke for the people that are in the streams and stuff and involved enough in the videos. I unfortunately don't think I would use it for like main series videos just because that kind of stuff needs to be at least a little bit approachable. You know what I mean? Okay, now that I just said Rizmarine, what am I... My stream numbers are better after saying Rizmarine like 30 times. So you know what? You folks coming into the chat now that weren't here like 2 hours ago, you're just encouraging me. You're just encouraging me. You're just making me wanna, you know.
What's poppin', my skibbity sigmas?
Exactly. That's what you're making me do. Goated with the Riz. What can I say? Goated with the Riz. Okay, I'm gonna go then. All right. Someone doesn't have Rizmarine. 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 I don't even know what I'm doing, like, in-game. I am literally just vomiting tough everywhere. It's fine. I've got too much Rizmarine to ever stop. I just gained a viewer? Alright. Alright, let's go. The chat loves my Rizmarine. What can I say? Okay, we need to stop. We need to stop. Let's do a little bit more texturing here. We have this lake, which is really nice. The pole still wants the tower up there, and that's totally fine. I think the next step to making this place look a bit less barren is to now do a detail pass. And by detail pass, I mean grass. I mean doing this pathway. Adding some more stuff to this lake, maybe. Ooh, little rocks in the lake. Yeah, Andro's been around for a long time. You gotta respect someone that's been around for as long as Andro has. Andro is genuinely an OG. Andro remembers the days before the brain rot, for better or for worse. Let's do some cylinders. As always, you know me and my cylinders. We're going to very much smooth out these cylinders, but I think I have a cool idea of how I want these to look. The lake full of Rizmarine. No, it won't be the entire stream. As funny as it is, as much as I love my Rizmarine, we can't only do that. We got to actually do things. So let's get a few cylinders. Like there's not I don't want this lake to be completely empty. It would be really boring if this lake was completely empty. So we can even separate the X and Z a little bit. So not all these cylinders, like we're really stretching the definition of what a cylinder is right now. And that's fine. We're going to smooth these. UHCG was not brain rotted. That was the before times. And it's like, it's one thing if you saw that after the fact, but if you had seen it when it came out, I was a lot more normal back then, for lack of a better word. It's a lot more normal. I think we add in a couple little rocks here. That'll be nice. The Rizmarine in the lake. Now, I know this looks like crap right now, but you gotta let me cook here. You gotta let me cook here because it's gonna be goated in a bit. I just have to add a few more rocks. We're not gonna do any rocks around the waterfall area, or maybe we're gonna do really, really small rocks because the idea is that the waterfall is probably eroding that area a bit too much. We can do some small rocks like this, maybe. That's a little too tall. Maybe we do 2 blocks for that one. That's too square. There we go. Like, I think that's really nice. I think that's genuinely really cool. We could even put maybe one more rock here. Tiny tree on one of the rocks. Yeah, when we get 2 trees, which I'll probably do a few trees, we can absolutely do a tiny tree on one of the rocks. Of course, anything for you. I got you. The Stream the Flowers event. Oh, Flower Frenzy, yes! Flower Frenzy tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Featuring myself, CC, Viking Pilot, and...
I'm gonna do global warming.
Duvid on Team Sunflower. 25 teams of 4 competing for picking the most flowers. It's a competitive team-based PvP event hosted by 4CVIT and Lagundo. Lagundo being a friend of mine. I don't know 4C very well, really at all, and I'm sure he's cool. And yeah, we're gonna be doing that tomorrow. So there's gonna be another stream tomorrow. You guys know that, right? We're doing a lot of streaming this weekend. Flower Frenzy 4 is coming up. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun. It's gonna be great. We're gonna go pick so many flowers. I have got a pretty awesome flower skin that I cannot wait for you guys to see tomorrow. I gave you a little preview. It's there. It's cutesy. It's kawaii. It's awesome. The flower skin's really, really nice. What can I say? You guys are going to like it a lot. If you liked the Cherry Leon IRSS kawaii skin, you're going to like the Flower Frenzy skin. That's all I'm going to say. All right, we've rounded out these rocks a little bit. Yeah, listen, hey, if you're feeling inspired to draw the skin, I would love any and all fan art of that flower skin. It is going to be awesome. It is going to be really, really cutesy. And hopefully, I will not just get slaughtered a million times as I try and pick flowers with the boys. But we'll see how that goes. Am I expecting to win? No, but we are expecting to have a good time. And that's really what matters in these kinds of events. You know, you got like the MCC players, nothing against them, but they're a bunch of gamers. I respect it. I'm a gamer in other games. I'm not a gamer. I'm not a Minecraft gamer. You know, if you got these real try-hard gamers, and that, once again, awesome. Love that for them. They're doing what they like. But I am not a try-hard gamer in this game. I can be a try-hard gamer in other games. You know, that's my own personal business. But in this game, I'm just here to build and have a good time. And these rocks are looking quite nice, although they're a little bit too symmetrical. So we're going to do one large rock in the middle. And this is going to be what has the tree on it, I think. There we go. That's a good shape. I like that. Yeah, that's nice. We give that a smoothing pass, and then we go in with some texturing. Now this is of course going to share the texturing of the surrounding rocks, right? It's going to be pale moss tough with a little bit of the polish tough for that W Riz difference. But we'll get there. We'll get there. If I'm home when it happens, I'll watch the stream. Awesome. Well, I hope hope you can make it. It's going to be going on for probably 2.5 to 3 hours. The actual event itself is going to be 2 hours, but you know, there's going to be a pregame, there's going to be a postgame, and all that stuff. Any Riz Marine while you were gone? No, unfortunately, we've just been placing rocks. But it's time to texture set rocks. We wanted tough, we wanted pale moss, and then I will do a manual pass of the polish tough afterwards. mean, that already looks much, much, much better. With these, I think even we can go to a finer level of detail. Because here's the thing. These rocks have been worn down by nature. They've been worn down by this waterfall, this running water. So I think we could even get away with making these ever so slightly even more round via the use of slabs and stairs. You know, we're thinking logically here, right? Out of Rizmarine into Walmart. Oh my god. Survival series. Ooh, is this something you are planning on recording or streaming, or just for fun? Because that sounds very cool. Ah. There we go. Yeah, just a little bit of stone weathering here, you know, for them details. Mostly recording. Cool. All right, awesome. That's very cool. Well, feel free to post in my advertising channel, of course, if you'd like to promote it there. No pressure to, of course, but you're more than welcome to do so. Out of Rizmarine, I say with a suspiciously Rizmarine-shaped throat. Is that what you sound like right now? Who took the Rizmarine? It wasn't me. I didn't eat the Rizmarine. Walls and sideways stairs for cracks in the rocks. That's a good idea. Let's try that out. Already got the stairs. Let's do our tough wall. Yeah. We don't need to go crazy with the detail, but I think it works. And we can even do a little bit of that here too, you know? City project right now. Yeah, sure. You know, school comes first, education comes first. I respect you trying to, you know, stay on that grind, but I'm sure you're very busy. I am also very busy. You know, I get you. I know how it is. It's a lot. It's a lot to juggle. Where else can I add a wall here? Maybe like that. Yeah. This is just coming together really nicely. What can I say? We'll do little bits of the polished tuff. There is a lot of pale moss on some of these rocks. So I think we focus on subbing out some of the pale moss with polished tuff. We're chilling. And yes, I'm too lazy to get out the polished tuff slabs and replace, you know, replace some of the slabs here. I am entirely too lazy. We're not going to be doing that. Once again, this is not the highlight of the next video. This is merely the template for people. It is looking real nice, though. What can I say? Doing finals. Hey, good luck with finals. That's a big deal. That's a real big deal. Let's try and make it to vacation, like you said. Like Era just said there. Let's, you know, we're all going to make it to vacation, folks. Except for those of us who don't get a vacation. But, well, I can't be too upset about that. I do get a vacation. I'm going to TwitchCon at the end of this month. It's going to be real cool. Okay, why do these messages keep getting deleted? I'm sorry about that. I think it's flagging the caps lock. And unfortunately, I can't fix that right now. But I'll try and remember to fix that between now and the next stream. Because I see you just, like, doing your thing, writing stuff in all caps. And it's like, you shouldn't get flagged just for that. I mean, if someone were to be spamming, then sure. But we can tone that down. I think it's a bit excessive. Once again, first stream with the stream elements sort of thing. Actually going on vacation! Sweet! Sweet, awesome. Hope you have a lovely time. Yeah, TwitchCon's gonna be awesome. Oh man, it's going to be great. Oh, it's not YouTube, it's Stream Elements. It's a bot program I have here for like moderation and commands and stuff. But yes, it's the same idea. Last thing we're going to do for this area. Yeah, I'm going to TwitchCon. Me and a whole bunch of the folks from Skyblock Kingdoms are doing a huge meetup over there. We're going to TwitchCon Rotterdam in the Netherlands. I'm going to be there for both days. We're staying, hanging out, meeting a bunch of the SBK folks for the first time, and other people, other non-SBK associated people will be there as well. I am so freaking excited, man. I've been looking forward to this trip for like months now. It is going to be so cool. I am so excited to meet everybody. It's going to be real nice. What could I say? It's just going to be a real good time. Let's start bone mealing a little bit of some seagrass in here. I'm thinking not on the rocks, but like on the forest, the lake bed below. I almost said forest bed. That's not what this is. That adds a good bit of, you know, stuff to it. Dark, yeah, Prismarine, yeah, exactly. You take out the P in Prismarine, you get Prismarine. That was delayed vine boom there, sorry. Make a vlog for the second channel. No, other people that I am friends with may very well be doing so. I know that Ruby might be doing some vlogging, Avid might be doing some vlogging. You can check out what they're going to be posting. I will probably be rocking the penguin mask throughout. But of course, I'm making an IRL appearance. I'm going to be meeting people. I cannot wear a penguin mask for, you know, multiple days straight. Someone's probably going to see my face. It's inevitable. I only politely ask that people respect my privacy and do not post any pictures of me faceless on the internet. Obviously, I cannot control what everyone does around me, but I would just like to make it known that that's my polite request. Polite but firm request to the community. That if you do see me without the penguin mask on, don't make that public info. That can be your little secret. All right, we do have to put a tree on one of those rocks eventually, but I do want to do a grass pass on this terrain. And then we'll get to that path, that ugly old red Twizzler path. We'll get to that. I want to do a script brush. Where is it? Default. Grass. No tall grass. What I'm wondering though, what if is dry grass too dry? How does this look if we were to dry grass this? You guys tell me. Chat, what do you think? Dry grass, yes or no? Is it too dry? Does it add too much color? Is it too much of a color difference on top of the terrain? Or maybe, what if we don't do dry grass everywhere, but I want to use it? What if we do dry grass here with the melons? What if we have it like in the lightest sections, and that way it blends in a bit more? I'm not exactly sure what kind of path yet. I'm thinking it's going to be a dirt path, but we'll get there in a bit. I'm thinking if we do the dry grass on the melons, it'll not be as obvious. Because these are the brightest parts of the, right? These are getting baked by the sun. These are really getting cooked by the sun. Just like everyone's going to get cooked by Team Sunflower and Flower Frenzy tomorrow. Yippee! We do a little bit of that on the brightest sections. And then maybe we do another pass with the more normal, regular grass afterwards. Dry grass, dry melon. Yeah! Exactly. It's almost a little bit too much grass, though. I don't know. I feel like you got to be very sparing with the dry grass. Like, this is almost too much. This is too much. I fear it's too much. Sea pickles. Oh, you know what? I should add some sea pickles to that underwater section, shouldn't I? That's a good shout. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Dry grass in place. All fine and good there. That one feels out of place. So does that. Cool. We've got that in. If it's dirt, you can add hay as highlights. Ooh, I'll have to try that. Oh, also, these rocks should be getting more light. I'm being stupid here. Hold on. We gotta take our andesite and our wool, and we have to make some highlights on the rock. I'm forgetting my shading. Look at me go. We're gonna have to do the slabs and stuff, but I'm thinking just as a rough first pass, I just put down some full blocks here. Right? That could stay in shade. That's fully behind this larger section. But this all needs to be lightened up because it's receiving direct sunlight. Good thing I caught this. I totally would have let that slip. Good night, Eastif Prime. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Good to have you here, as always. Rooted dirt for texturing. Yeah, we'll get to the path in just a bit, guys. We're going to do a couple other things first. Long day herding cattle. Yep, I bet. I bet you did. Okay. Slab. Oops, slab. We can get some andesite slab in. And of course, stairs. I think that's looking pretty solid. Just get a little bit more of that shading in, right? We're doing the lighter sections of the rock. It's gonna look a little ugly for the time being, but I think if we get all these slabs replaced, right, this part is receiving direct sunlight, so of course it's going to be a bit more shaded. Aha, a little bit of that going on here. How do we feel about this, guys? Is that decent shading? Is that half decent? I feel like it's okay. I feel like it's alright shading. Not my finest work, but I think for the purposes of this video, it's acceptable. But let me know what you think. Please, like, tell me what you think here, because I'm a little unsure, but I would love to hear what you guys think. Hey, Quinny, hello! Yes, I've had a good day so far. Good to have you in the stream, as always. Ah, man, we've been going for a little bit here. We have been doing a lot of work on an upcoming 10 Builders versus Minecraft video. This is not going to be the next one. I've been saying this is not going to be the next one that comes out. This is going to be the one after that. It requires a bit of setup here. We've got this large piece of terrain that we're working on. Been doing some waterfall details here. We've got a path we're going to be working on very shortly. Got to clean up that awkward angle there. Does that mean I'm, quote, goated with the Riz? You are goated with the Riz. And yes, it's really pretty. Thank you. Thank you. I've been really working hard on the shading. If you imagine this line, I mean, you're an artist. You know how, like, point light shading works, right? The light comes from a point. It hits the subject at a certain angle. In this case, the light's coming in at this angle. So we have these melon blocks and dry grass acting as highlights. And then on the opposite side here, you fly on over this way and you've got moss and you've got darker colorings as the shadow sections. I think it's really neat. So we've been kind of just like doing a bunch of this, you know, adding in some shadows. I do need to break up some of this moss monotony, actually, now that I look at this some more. There's a little too much moss here. We need to spice it up with other blocks. But yeah, you get it. You know what's up. I'm just very hastily throwing in some non-moss blocks here just to kind of spice it up a little bit. It's a little monotonous with just the moss. And the moss and the green wool are so similar in color that we can kind of just get away with it. But thank you. I'm glad you like it. Learned a lot about Axiom today, I'm not going to lie. People have showed me some real cool stuff. Been talking a lot of block gradients, talking a lot of texturing. It's been a great time. Yeah. How's your day, Quinny? Hope you've been having a good one. I live for the moss. Yeah, the moss is so good. The moss is absolutely, absolutely goated. What can I say? Oh, also, Quinny, you missed the birth of Rizmarine. You hear that, folks? Rizmarine. Or rather, Dark Rizmarine. Yeah, that's what this block is called now. Rizmarine. Did I not texture this bit? I must have never textured this bit. Whoops. We're gonna just do that right now. Wow, I totally missed this section of texturing. Oopsie daisies. What is the context? A guy was telling me to put down Prismarine, and then I started doing it, and then my brain went, Rizmarine. And then history was made. We love Rizmarine in this chat. Exactly, we do. We love the Rizmarine around here. There we go. That's better. Except this is looking weird. Adore your brain. How is this so brain rot? I don't know. I just stream for long enough and the words just start coming. And they don't stop. And I just be saying things. What can I say? Alright. Grass time. We got our Rizmarine out of the way. We've educated the masses on the Rizmarine. Yeah, no, and it does look good underwater, genuinely. It just... I'm just like this. What can I say? I can't help it. I want, like, a lot of grass, though. Like, a real... like, because it blends in so much with the blocks we're using, I think we can get away with a lot of grass. Going to be a little bit particular about where, but I feel like we can really go crazy. We can really go crazy with that grass. Just really just be grassing up everywhere. Look at that. Yummy grass. Delicious blades of grass. We'll get that going. And like, this is going to add so much like bushiness to our terrain. Once again, ignoring the backside. The backside is not real. We will not think about the back. And we might not grass up this top section just because we're going to have to build something on that. Did I just slurp the grass? Yes, and I do it again. I know that this seems like a lot of grass right now, but I think it'll be okay. I think we'll all just collectively get used to it. Adding toppings on a pizza. Yeah, a little sprinkle of grass. You know, a few pinches of dry grass, and, you know, you preheat your oven to 350, and you go, you know, you add some Gouda with the sauce, and you kind of just skibbity riz all over your neighbor, and then there you go. And then you get a Chicago-style deep dish. Hawaiian pizza is good. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. What? You guys don't like my take that Hawaiian pizza is good? I think pineapple on pizza adds a nice level of sweetness. Is it my favorite kind of go-to pizza? No, I don't usually get it. But also, I don't think it deserves the hate. That's clearly what we're talking about here. We've been talking about Hawaiian pineapple on pizza this entire time, and nothing else. At ferns to the grass. Ooh, that's smart. Let's do that. Let's do that. Can I do tool mask block equals grass? And then we tool, let's see, we noise painter in some fern at like a small percentage. Let's try this. Let's try this. Does it replace or does it add? Okay, that's cool. Turn the scale all the way down. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Whoever said ferns. EpicCat10, yes, you had some good recommendations today. Thank you. Had some very, very good recommendations today. That's some nice stuff right there. That is some excellent, excellent work. Although we will need a little bit of grass just right there. For some reason, grass does not want to get placed there. Why can I not put... Okay. I'll just do it manually, I guess. Who's getting canceled? Me? I like Hawaiian pizza. What can I say? I would happily eat Hawaiian pizza over like a lot of other toppings on pizza. I mean, it's not my favorite. I like sausage on pizza. I like pepperoni on pizza. I like chicken on pizza. Big meat enjoyer. What can I say? But Hawaiian pizza is pretty good too. What are you staring at? Meat lovers pizza. Yes, exactly. You get it. You get it. Yeah, you know, like little like chicken breast or like you can get like a chicken roll. I don't know. I don't really eat pizza that often. Melon on pizza. Now that's something I would need to try sometime. Alright, I think we've successfully ferned up this place pretty nicely. And wow, would you look at that? Our terrain already looks like 20 times better. Bro's asking to be cancelled. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just vibing. Oh, there's a take right there. There's a take. Oh, not Jack in with the take. Unironically really good on pizza. I stand by this statement as a New Yorker. Okay, well, you know what? Remind me to go to New York and try some cantaloupe on pizza, I guess. That sounds questionable at best. I'm tempted to put you in timeout, but no, I respect your takes. I don't know what is being deleted. Ah, penguin eggs on pizza. Well, that's just cruel. That's just cruel. I don't know who would do such a thing. Okay, let's get this path sorted. There's a little bit of questionable terrain around the path. Should I listen to the opinions of a New Yorker? I don't know. That's why food in the US isn't popular. Yeah, fair enough. All right, path time. First of all, we delete this stuff. Get rid of my tool mask. This all goes away. Oop, wrong button. Delete. And now we just have a little ravine in the ground. Also, yeah, your message will get deleted if it's all in caps. That is just kind of what my bot seems to be doing right now. I apologize. I don't necessarily want it to be that strict about caps. It's just kind of been doing that. So you'll have to bear with me while I fix that between this stream and the next one. Growing pains, folks. What can I say? I'm new to streaming. But yeah, let's get this path in place. I'm thinking, I love me a good brown path. Like brown mushroom block and mud. Cantaloupe pizza does not have a good sound to it. I agree. It doesn't sound very good. I'm trusting my friend here. What tool do I use for grass? I use the script brush. Has an option for grass. Now, because there's like kind of a large like just hole in this terrain now, we're going to have to kind of patch that up a little bit. And I also didn't like how this path was so angular. So I think we're going to actually just go ahead and fill this completely just with mud for now. Ooh, and we can have it go by here. We can have the, yeah, we can have the path go by this little wall here. That'll be nice. What is cantaloupe? It's a kind of melon. Its sweetness complements pizza better than the pineapple. Wow, okay, the more you know. The more you know. I've never had it. Don't know if I ever will. Alright, Epicat, we don't need to get into that. That's let's not go there. Cantaloupe is a kind of melon. Yes, it's yeah, it's similar to like honeydew, I think. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, cantaloupe is a kind of melon. I know. It's I don't know. I don't know if it's eaten everywhere necessarily, but it certainly is found pretty commonly in the US. Pre-sliced or whole. Alright, this path is looking a little too vertical here. It's kind of approaching... Hey, Viking! Hello! Welcome into the chat. We're doing some building tonight. We did all this tonight, believe it or not. We've been actually surprisingly productive. Cantaloupe, a kind of penguin? Not necessarily, but I wish. Yeah, we're doing some behind-the-scenes building for my upcoming 10 Builders versus Minecraft video. Not going to be the next one. Well, Viking, you know what the next one is. You were a part of that. You added a certain something to that build, so you already know this is not relevant to that project. But this will be there for a future 10 Builders video. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here, but I have to do some recording pretty soon for reasons. And I know that's very, very vague, but obviously, as you guys know, I will be going to TwitchCon at the end of the month. I want to make sure I want to try and get this video out by then. But regardless, he was bullying me about that. Oh no! Yeah, Ruby and I just recorded earlier today, and at the end of our recording, I asked her like, hey, do you want to try and guess who built what? Because as you know, no spoilers for the people in the chat, of course, but like, you know, there's a bunch of different... Oh wait, no, I did tell them. It's a bunch of different trees. You know, they heard. It's only a few people anyways. It's you know, it's fine. And yeah, and then Ruby was trying to guess, and eventually they figured out, or I told them that you built the one that you built, and yeah. What exactly is the Torture Nexus? Well, it's kind of a nebulous concept. It's it's the place in which all of my 10 Builders videos take place. They've all taken place in the same Minecraft world, which is kind of cool. I did not create the phrase Torture Nexus, I just thought it was funny, and I've kind of co-opted it as my own, so... One of those things you hear on the internet and you just kind of start saying it, you know? Came about at the same time. Spoiler maxing, yep, that's what we're doing over here. This is also a very steep uphill. I'm wondering if I can be a little creative here. I'm wondering if I can be a little survival here. Sorry. I had to. That was a really dumb joke. That was a really, really dumb joke. And this pathway is okay so far. Yeah, this incline is a bit too much. I think... People did not like that joke. Yeah, that's fair. I think I'm going to get rid of this. And it's going to, like, go up and then back and then over, maybe. Or is that going to be too weird? Right, if I, like... bring this out more. Go spectate. The most delayed vine boom. We bring this over here, right? If we just do like 2 blocks elevation gain. I'm really tearing up my terrain here, but we'll fix it. We'll fix it, I promise. Try making the path more windy. Exactly, that's what I'm doing here. That's exactly what I'm doing here. We're gonna go back to our roots here, and we're gonna place a cylinder. Not a super messed up cylinder like that, but we're gonna place a cylinder right here, folks. We were all about the cylinder maxing up in here. What can I say? Cylinder of size 10. We put that right there. Put that right there. Bring the size down just a tad. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Cylinder, that's me. Do ladders. Nah, I want to do a footpath. I don't want to do ladders. It's tempting, though. I think it could be more vertical. Yeah, you know, you got a point there, Mr. Aether Games. Hey, there's a fella right there. Good to see you, my guy. Appreciate you tuning into the stream. We are locked in on some building right now. We have built all this tonight, and it is looking pretty awesome. I'm just going to place the cylinder there and fix it up later. And it's going to wrap around here. OMG, it's Aether Games. I know. It's like meeting a celebrity. It's crazy. Yeah, you love to see it, folks. You love to see it. Getting infected by the jokes? Yeah, yes you are. Yes you are. Welcome to the club. Brain rot only gets worse from here. Yeah, and this cylinder, of course, we round that out a little bit. You know, we don't want too much of that kind of coarse geometricness. He's here for the cylinders! What can I say? My guy is cylinder maxing up in here. As one should be on a Friday night. Get some of that grass in here. Can do a little bit of texturing. Very nice, very nice, very cylindrical. We'll have to patch out that stone later. Get rid of this. Just make that like that. I struggle with paths sometimes, as you can see. This is a very windy, very weird path. I think if we bring the stone wall up like this, patch that hole. You know, we could fill the hole, actually, with the flood fill tool. We can just take some stone, bam, fill that in. Instantly taken care of. You love to see it. Cylinders. Yeah, listen, what can I say? I like my cylinders. I like building with them. I think it's not the best terrain you've ever seen in your entire life, but I think it's pretty dang cool. Coarse dirt, brown carpet. Yeah. I'm definitely going to be texturing this more. Don't worry. It's not going to stay like this. This is a very rough... I'm just getting the shape right. This is a very rough job right now. I just be getting the shape right. And, you know, I like that there. Yeah. I do love coffee, actually, now that you mention it. Big fan of coffee. I forget exactly how you know that, but I'm just going to assume that you just have telepathic access to my mind. Oh, look, there's a hole here. We can flood fill that too. Get rid of those slabs. Bam. Bam, we flood fill away the stone, or fill it in with stone. Incredible. Absolute cinema. Someone put the GIF in the chat. Absolute cinema. What's my favorite coffee? I like black coffee. I know. Because we want to have this be at like a slab incline. I probably mentioned it at some point. You may be behind me. Cool. Well, enjoy. If we bring that up like so, this gets brought over like that. How do we feel about that, gamers? How do we feel about that one, gamers? Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Get some more melons up in here. Melon maxing and cylinder maxing, of course. Yeah, black coffee's good. It's tasty. Well, good black coffee is good. You get crappy coffee, and the black coffee is going to taste not super hot. But you get some good, high-quality coffee, and you just drink it black, and it's delicious. We gaming. We gaming up in here.
I'm gonna do global warming.
Mm-hmm.
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? What is poppin' indeed? Crappy anything sucks? You've got a point there. You've got a very valid point there. Alright, this needs to no longer be stone. And I think we do our andesite. Light gray wool combo. Noise painter that. Ba ba ba. Bam. Stone is completely gone. What's poppin'? Duvid's created a lot of global warming just now. Yeah, he tends to do that. The Duvid difference is massive, unprecedented levels of climate change. What can I say, folks? He's just a silly guy. Alright, so that's looking better. Am I going to say it's looking good? No. I'm not too happy with this path just yet. But I think it's getting the job done. I think it's getting the job done. Because now we can walk up this sort of... There we go. Yeah, there we go. Kind of need that there. That's unfortunate. Okay, come up. And then this still needs a bit of incline fix. Like that, perhaps? I need the context of those audios.
I'm gonna do global warming. What's poppin', my skibbity sigmas?
You can make Duvid say a lot of things just by throwing Twitch subs at him. That's all I'm gonna say. Path is a little thin. Yeah, no, you're right. It is. We do need to expand this path. Thank you for pointing that out, actually. I think we get rid of this. I don't know what I was trying to do there. We do something like that, perhaps? Oop, I'm breaking everything. Like that. This is hard. I'm not working with a lot of space here. Global warming? Yes. Duvid's favorite. Also stairs. Yes, but I want to keep the incline at like a slab level. I don't want it to be too, what do you call it? Like too steep. I know stairs exist and they would absolutely solve this problem. I just don't want to have to do something that steep. And we can bring this over like that. And that is our pathway. Very nice. Very, very nice. I think that turned out well. The good ending. The good ending, folks. We just need to maybe clean this up a tad. Add a little bit more, just a tad bit more thickness to that. With a few more mud blocks. Yeah, that's looking good. This is a little thin. Time for texturing. Yes, exactly. We're getting there. We're getting there. Double checking the... I mean, this is still a bit of a problem. I think I'm just going to leave that as is, TBH. I'm a little too lazy to fix that right now. Most of it's fine. Like, we're fine up until, like, here. Here's where it becomes a problem. And, it's fine. This is where we bust out the stairs. it still doesn't look great, TBH, even with the stairs. You know, I forgot mud was in vanilla Minecraft. Where's my skill issue button? Oh, I don't have a skill issue button, or else I would push that button right now. Okay, path. Let's see. We still have a little bit of exposed stone here. Path still a little thin in a few spots. The angry face. Yeah, mud's been in the game for a bit now. Bring that over. This is kind of a mess, I'm not gonna lie, but I think it's all right. I think it's okay. We tried, folks. We tried. This part of the path gets that like crappy golden star with the "I tried" written in Comic Sans on it. Hey, randominos. Either way, let me know how to pronounce your name. Good to have you in the stream tonight. Welcome in. We are doing a whole lot of landscaping, as you can see. This is some behind-the-scenes building for my upcoming, one of my upcoming 10 Builders versus Minecraft videos. Not the next one. Just so everybody knows, the next 10 Builders versus Minecraft video is going to be on trees, and it's going to be coming out Saturday, May 17th is the planned release date for that one, 2 weeks after the Axiom video. Then after that, the next video will have this lovely landscape here. But yes, mud bricks, just like you said, Vival A, mud bricks, and the brown mushroom block. Randominos. Gotcha. Thank you. Yeah, let's throw in, let's do a little noise painter. We'll do our mud bricks and our brown mushroom block. We select the path, and then we go to town. Maybe a bit too much of that. And then we go to town on it. There we go. And we just add some of that in. That's going to do a baseline amount of texturing. We're probably going to have to do let's do a manual pass, though, because I want this to be a bit less random and a bit more grouped together. Like, the bricks are cool, but the softer bits like this, I feel like need to go not right next to the bricks. Like, this is not right. I think we want something more like that. I think the brown mushroom with the softer texture should go where there is just packed mud. Yeah, the Epicat I saw. I'm just not sure if I want all that texture. I think hay is going to be too yellow. Rooted dirt, maybe. Maybe. Rooted dirt, maybe perhaps sparingly. And then the wood, I don't necessarily want the wood in this path, because then it's going to seem like a wood path, when it is in fact just a dirt path. We'll throw in a little bit of rooted dirt every now and again in these like more textured sections, but I think generally speaking, I'm not going to be using the other blocks. Looks so much cooler. Yeah, it's looking nice. What can I say? It's looking real good. I like it a lot. I think this build has really come together very nicely. When we started this build, I was not confident in it turning out well. What's the theme for this build? Well, we are vaguely going by, very vaguely going by this reference image. And I know what I'm building looks nothing like the landscape here, but I'm just capturing the vibes of this like mountainous cliffside, you know, fantasy, medieval, magical wizard tower. We're not going to be building a whole tower. We're going to be building a wireframe, and then teams of 3 are going to be trying to complete that wireframe one section at a time. It's a cool concept. We're going to be doing some building. We're also going to be doing some like redstone motion animation, some command block work. I got some cool things in mind. Yes, spoilers. I know. It's all stuff I've said before. The people are allowed to know, because the streams are the behind the scenes stuff. You guys get the hidden elusive knowledge that you may not get just from the videos or just being in my Discord. Speaking of which, I do have a Discord. We do monthly build challenges, among other cool things, which you can check out. My bot is not working. But if someone can quickly just put the Discord link in the chat, that would be really appreciated. I have to fix my bot between now and next stream. Any create? Yeah, see, it's not working. It's a little silly. I don't plan on doing create in the 10 builders videos for the time being. I'm not ruling it out entirely, but I also know that, like, I don't know if I really have an audience for the create mod. And like, I also don't really know anybody that's like really good with the create mod. You know, like for Axiom, I got Ash. Ash is the Axiom guy in my mind. I don't really have an equivalent for create. I don't know someone that's just like super proficient at create that I could just harness their building skill for a silly little project, you know? I know there are people out there that are very good at it, but it's like, it's two very different things. Create, I feel like, you know, I don't know what it's like in creative mode, but in survival mode, there's so much setup involved. Like it's a progression tool, right? There's a progression system to it. You're now temporarily a Discord bot. Thank you. You mind posting a link to the Discord? Actually, see if I can just grab it real quick. All right, exclamation point Discord. Whoa, someone typed that in the chat. Bam, there you go. Discord bot. Crazy. I'm the Discord bot. Amazing. Yeah, there's the Discord. Join my Discord. It's cool. You get behind the scenes stuff. Oh, it might have blocked links from you guys because you are not moderators. Sorry about that. Flawless execution. Thank you. See, that's why not Jack here has to be my Discord bot, because he is a moderator and his link posting won't get blocked. But yeah, you get some behind the scenes sneak peeks into future videos. You get monthly build challenges hosted by yours truly. You get a bunch of other cool stuff. You get to hang out with me and anyone else who chooses to stop by. And the penguin facts! Yes! The penguin facts! You get semi-regular penguin facts from yours truly. Hey, I appreciate the attempts, guys. It's not you. It's the auto-moderation. I appreciate it very much. Alright. We did our grass pass here. Looking good. We got our text string in. We got our path in. It's a very basic path, I know, but it gets the job done. At this point, I don't want to get started on the wireframe. I think that's best done either off camera or on a separate stream. But that'll be there for maybe the next time I consider streaming. Yeah, I think exactly. Waterfall is the last thing I'm going to try and do here. I'm going to go back to that fluid ball. See if I can get this stuff to work. This thing, like, almost crashes my game. And it does that, which I'm not a huge fan of. I don't know if there's a way to, like... Oh, flow length. There we go. If I bring that down to, like, 2. Oof. That's a lot. Quality. What is quality? Water, radius. What would bring down the quality? Interesting. I mean, I guess that's how the waterfall would look with Minecraft physics, but I don't want it to look like that. Which means I think we need to build out these walls a little bit more. I think we need to punch this in a bit more. Gonna add maybe a little bit more andesite there. We can also add more of everyone's favorite block, Rizmarine. And into the back here. Get some of that going in. Very nice, very rizful. We're being very rizful tonight, folks. If I can get some W Rizmarine in the chat before we end off the stream for tonight, I'd appreciate that very much. And before nobody does it. Which would be fair, and you would have every right to not do it. W Rizmarine, yeah! Woo! Courtesy of yours truly. Yep. There you go. Alright, we have brought that back a good bit now. Now let's see if the waterfall will cooperate with us a little bit more. That's still a no, I guess. Well. I mean, it's handy, don't get me wrong. But why is it being so... Remove fluids without sources? What does that do? Infinite sources require support to flow. My game crashed again! Oh no! Sorry, folks. Let's run that back real quick. Apparently, if I press the fluid ball button too many times, the game just freaking crashes on me. That's awesome. We're going to get this waterfall working, and then we're going to call it a night. But we're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're getting it going. Recover. I'm going to have to do some serious flashbacking. Because that was... yeah. Alright. Let's get this taken care of. We're going to do manual water bucket and see how that goes. How about that? Because I feel like with manual water bucket, like look, I pushed it back so much. Manual water bucket just does it the way you'd want it to do. The way you'd want it to be. This is what I've been looking for this whole time. Wasn't looking for anything crazy. Like, nothing against the fluid ball enjoyers, but I'm not sure if I'm a fluid ball enjoyer because it just crashed my game. That being said, let's get a little bit of texturing going on here. Let's just get some tough stairs in here. Because we want just a little bit of roundness here. I do like the polished tough, but there's just a little bit too much of it. It looks a little bit too artificial. Bit of tough stair action going on there. My Axiom tools are all reset because my game crashed for the second time. Freaking sweet and awesome and poggers. Alright. That's a waterfall. Awesome. That's not awesome. White stained glass panes. Yeah, you know what? Let's try that. Let's try some stained glass panes. I'm also going to try a little bit of cobweb. If we use angel placement, I wonder if we try just putting cobweb like here. You know? We can really get that effect going. I think first we try cobweb and just see how it looks. Oop, wrong spot. There you go. Waterfall will be a fun monthly build challenge. They're so hard to get right. They honestly are. Yeah. Hey, Magic Meowkins, welcome into the stream. Good to have you here. We have been doing a whole bunch of landscaping and terraforming. Look at this. We have done this all tonight. This has been some insane progress. We've been really going nuts with the Axiom. We've been shading. We've been gradienting. We've been working with point light sources shining down on our project. I need to fix that texturing. There's too much andesite here. I'll get to that in a minute. This is going to be for an upcoming 10 builders video. Not the next one, but the one after that. 2 10 builders videos is from now. You will see this awesome custom terrain landscape with this light and dark sections and its pretty little waterfall. And the most important thing of the night, Rizmarine. Zaro, welcome into the stream. Welcome, everybody. It's great to have you here. We have just finished up this waterfall right here. We have just finished up... Whoa, look at this cool camera. Wee. Look at this thing. I forgot I had this. We have just finished up this awesome landscape here. And I'm really proud of this, honestly. This started off as like a really not great looking blob. And it's been transformed into something really beautiful. The old skin was made out of? Interesting. Okay. There we go. We got a little waterfall thing. I'm going to save that for another time. Cobwebs is fine for now. I think that the back is certainly not anywhere close to finish yet, and there is going to be a wireframe of a cool like fantasy medieval like magic wizard tower up at the top there. I've got this reference image here, and when I say reference image, I mean it. It's very much just there for the vibes. It's definitely not going to look like that. It's literally just going to be a wireframe, and as you can see, this area really doesn't look much like what we have here. So I do think that the view is cool from here. If you're walking up this path, you see that big thing up in the distance. You know, you get hit with these walls and stuff, but if you come up here, you make your way around the side of the path, make the waterfall a bit wider. I think it should be a bit wider, yeah. So you come around here, you can get a little glimpse of like, look at this view, man. Look at this freaking view. If you're here at the path and you get this nice shot of the lake, like, look at that, look at that. That's really nice. Waterfall still looks a little unnatural, I agree. So here's the thing, folks. We're gonna put on some shaders. We're gonna enjoy this thing in all its glory. The sun is in the wrong spot, but look at this thing. This thing is gorgeous. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. We are unfortunately wrapping up the stream for tonight, though. It has been a long stream. We have gotten so much done. I'm really, really proud of what we've done here. Like, I seriously, you guys were so helpful with the block choices, the gradient help, the texturing help, little bits and pieces you guys put up with my dumb jokes about Rizmarine and skibbity rizzing people, among other things. It's been really great having you guys here in the chat. So thank you again for tuning in. I've had a great time working on this terraforming with you guys. There should be another stream. I fully plan on doing more of this 10 builders behind the scenes streaming stuff, where we really polish up this build. You know, this build has come a long way, but it's nowhere near finished yet. We're going to do our wireframe. We're going to do another detail pass around the entire place. We're going to clean up this waterfall. We're going to clean up the back. We've got a lot more to do. So there's going to be another stream. Probably, I don't know, sometime next week. We'll see. We'll see when I get around to it, but I should have some time next week. Anyways, thank you again for tuning in. You guys have been absolutely wonderful. And it's YouTube, so I can't exactly raid anybody. But I'm going to say one last time, if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. It'd be lovely to have you there. Behind the scenes content, monthly build challenges. And if you're not excited yet for the next season of Skyblock Kingdoms, it's coming soon-ish. It's going to be real exciting. It's going to be super cool. I am incredibly excited for the next season of SBK. I've already been hard at work on some stuff. It's going to be really awesome. But yeah, have a good night, everybody. It's been real. Keep rizzing it up out there.